Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, stand-up comedy podcast based in Greenville, South Carolina. My name's David Bakker. It's the week of October 3rd, 2022. Thank you for listening. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time, consider liking and subscribing. Appreciate it. It's a local podcast supporting local comics and other guests too. It is a beautiful day. I hope you guys survived any after effects of Hurricane Ian, although we kind of didn't get anything. Everybody freaked out here, but it's sunny, 70, and we're about to go watch NFL. That's why I got the Packers jersey on, as always. Anyway, I don't know. I'll just get right to the guest today because she's awesome. New friend of mine. New comic in the Greenville scene. Everybody loves her. Melly Kazel. Melly just moved here from Washington a couple months ago now, and she is very funny, very likable, very theatrical. Just check her out. Follow her on social media. Maybe follow her up top. She does have what I love about, not only is she great on stage, but she also does social media content that's really creative. She has this show called The Bad Chatteler. I wanted to promote that right away because it's very funny, and she does different characters and voices. It's a parody of all of the worst types of people on TV shows like The Bachelor. And all of her characters are she's commits to all of them, and her voices are amazing. So watch that, follow her. And yeah, she's, how she's maybe different from other comedians that we've had on here is she's super nice. No offense to the other comics are nice, but she's so nice. I don't think she's ever said a mean word about anyone. I want her to roast the crap out of somebody and just go hand. I think that'd be really fun because she's the nicest person ever. On stage, she doesn't even get she's basically clean. All of her material is clean, which is awesome. It's hard to be funny and clean sometimes. And yeah, she's fantastic. She's already been booked on some shows here. And on this interview, we had a great time. We talked about her background, got to know all about how she got to where she is in Greenville. We talked about childhood games as a kid, like Sardines and Ghost in the Graveyard. Lord of the Rings. Melly's very passionate about Lord of the Rings, so we debated this. I kind of like it, but Melly is obsessed with it, and she shares which character she would choose to date if she had to pick one. And then we also answered the question, would you live forever? If you could, would you live forever? If I gave you a pill and you could live forever, but all your friends would die, so only a couple people got it, would you? So we talked about that and a whole bunch of other stuff too. So really fun interview. I hope you enjoy getting to know Melly. Before we start the interview though, here's what's going on this week in local comedy, the week of October 3rd, 2022. So tonight, Monday, we have Coffee Underground, hosted by No Expectations Comedy, Travis Thubbin, Craig Holcomb. 7 o'clock start, 6:30 sign up. On Tuesday, we have the Radio Room, hosted by Bill Reiner, Jeff Thompson, or myself. That's an 8 o'clock show. Show up, sign up. Also on Tuesday, we have the Art Bar by Patrick Fowler in Columbia. That's an 8:30 show. DM Patrick for a spot. Also on Tuesday in Asheville, we have the Auditorium Open Mic hosted by James Herod. That show starts at 9. On Wednesday, we have the VFW Mic hosted by Swamp Rabbit Comedy, a.k.a. Tom Emmons. That's at VFW Post 9273, 112 Sterling Grove Road in Piedmont. That's closer to Greenville. If you want to drive to Asheville on Wednesday, we have the Disclaimer Open Mic hosted by Carrie Goff. That's at the Asheville Music Hall at 8 p.m. On Thursday, no Comedy Zone Open Mic again, but we do have an Atlanta headlining comic, Catherine Blanford. She's great. She's kind of an up-and-coming comic. I've met her before. It's great to see her getting booked at the Comedy Zone. That's Thursday at 8 o'clock. Tickets available at greenvillecomedyzone.com. On Friday, we have Habiba's All Jokes Aside, hosted by Dante Anderson. That's at Habiba's Mediterranean Restaurant, 9 o'clock start. This weekend at the Comedy Zone, our celebrity comedian, Carol Ann Miljavac. I think she's a social media celebrity. She has 2 shows on Friday at 7 and 9, 2 shows on Saturday at 6 and 9, and 1 show on Sunday at 7 o'clock at the Greenville Comedy Zone. Tickets available at greenvillecomedyzone.com. All right, that's it for local comedy. Hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope you enjoy my interview with Melly Kazel. Here it is. Because Regions Bank makes it legit.
It makes it legit. I don't know. Something about looking at the skyline out the window.
Yeah. Melly Kazel, welcome to the show. This is Melly.
Hi.
She said she's weirdly nervous to do the show.
Yeah.
Can you explain why?
Because it's just me talking.
You don't think you could carry a 2-hour conversation?
No, I could. I just, I'd rather be prepared in advance with a bit.
With a bit?
Than talk about myself.
You can do a bit. You want to do a bit?
Right now on the spot, David.
No, you don't have to do a bit.
I'll mix some in.
Yeah.
We'll see if the audience can figure out when.
Melly, I think you are. You're one of my favorite new comedians.
Oh, thank you.
Probably the favorite new. We haven't had that many.
The favorite. Oh,
yeah.
See, then you brought it down by we haven't had that many.
Well,
you're the favorite because you're the only one.
We've had a lot of other people on there, and I try to brag about all of them. But if I say nice things about everyone, then it gets like diluted.
That's fair.
No, but you're awesome. You moved, Melly. I'll probably do a little intro beforehand, but Melly moved here from Washington most recently.
Yes.
And she just came right out to Coffee Underground, and I love your energy.
Thank you.
Very theatrical.
Yeah, I was a theater kid, so.
Theater kid. Okay, so if you had to describe your act to somebody who had never seen you before, what would you say? What would be in your little bio?
My act?
Yes.
It would probably be. I'm trying to think, because in speech and debate, it's very similar to one of the events where you get a script and you play all the goofy characters.
Yeah.
But I would say it's more of a one-woman show.
One-woman show.
But stand-up. Because every bit has different voices and characters. And yeah, I think stand-up one-woman show.
Stand-up one-woman show with lots of different characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I mean, obviously, you notice it pretty early into your act, but you come up there and you're very bubbly and nice. And I feel like people are just, curious where it's going to go. But you quickly put in a voice that just totally shifts the dynamic of what you're going to do. Oh. And you're very committed to the voices too.
I love goofy voices since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'd imitate anything weird I heard on TV. There's this one voice I heard on a show, and it's like British, but a Valley girl, right? So she's talking like this, right? Because we're gonna go down and we're gonna get wild, Where
did this voice come from?
It was on this TV show called Misfits. I don't know if you've heard of it, but I think that's just one of the characters. She talking like that, and every time I'd watch it with friends, I'd do the voice, and they were like, "Melly, it was funny the first time, but can you stop?"
It's a good British accent.
Thank you.
I can't really do a British accent. Hello, love.
That's
Thank you
bad.
for coming to do the podcast. Welcome back to another.
It's not bad.
No, you're also the nicest person ever, so that is bad, I think.
What?
That British accent.
No, it was not. It was. I've heard bad.
You've heard bad?
Yours was.
Okay.
You could pass with that one, I think.
No, I like your British accent, and I just visited there. It's authentic.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that, but London,
How was it when you went?
Oh, it was amazing. Very. I think I mentioned this on stage before. I almost the driving on the other side of the road.
Oh.
It's very. I mean, I knew to expect that, but you're not used to crossing the street the same way.
Oh.
Here we look left primarily, but there you look left first and then casual glance to the right, but that's where the cars are coming from. So it'll look fine most of the time when you look left, and then as soon as you look right, there's a bus coming.
So it's like an adrenaline rush every time you cross the street.
Yeah, it was more exciting walking around cities there in London. But yeah, London was cool. I mean, it was I'm trying to think of the differences. The homeless people were nicer there.
Interesting. Is it just because their voice sounds sweeter?
Well, no, they didn't even talk. That was the thing. They were more polite. They had more decorum. Because I feel like I remember I wrote down one of the signs they had. It said, "I'm hungry, God bless you." I was like, that is so much better than some of the signs I see.
It's really sweet.
The homeless people here got a little more American entitlement.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I don't know, nicer beggars there. But
No, here they're like, give me money.
yeah.
No, it's
Help me get something to eat, man. I mean, I like our homeless too, but
I don't know. Yeah, it just depends. Like,
do you give money to homeless people?
well, there was. I have like a great incident when this was a while back, but there was this guy who said, "Can I just have some food for me and my dog?"
Mm-hmm.
And he gave half of the meal to his dog, and it was the sweetest thing I've ever seen. So yes, if that's the energy, you can have all of my money.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Really, if you have
did you
a
give that guy
dog out
food
there.
and watch
Yeah.
him feed it to his dog?
He just did immediately. It was like, this is for you. It was just.
Oh.
So if you have a dog, you'll get me. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to get some points. So what's your favorite accent? Is it the British one?
No, it's New Jersey. I love it. Oh my gosh. Sometimes when I'm upset and I'm by myself, it comes out. It's just happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's, oh my gosh. I love it.
When'd you pick that one up?
It just happened.
It just happened?
It was, all the other ones I practiced, but that one, it just felt like it was in my soul.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It
Yeah.
just matches my personality, I feel like. You know.
Yeah. It reminds me of Fran Drescher. What was that show?
From The Nanny?
The Nanny. That's the show.
Yeah. No, it's a little inspired by that. And then, was it Janice from Friends?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Janice and Chandler dated.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my
My
God.
God.
Yeah, no, she inspired me big time.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the hair, too.
Yeah. You got to have a little bit, like a way less annoying vibe.
Oh, thank you. It's good to know I'm not annoying.
You're less annoying. I'm just
Less
kidding. No, you're not annoying at all.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes
Yeah.
I'm hanging out with myself and I'm like, Melly, you gotta not talk.
When you
for
hang out by
5
yourself?
minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have those moments, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you introverted or extroverted?
I'd say I'm more introverted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like after I hang out with people, I need a minute to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And we got a lot of knuckleheads that you're getting to know in the comedy scene.
Oh, yeah. A lot of
Mhm.
goofballs.
So you could use some space from them probably after you hang out. I do too. I'm introverted. How long have you been here now? I'm trying to remember. Has it been a few months now?
I think I've been here 6 months now.
6 months?
Yeah. Well, for the first few months, I was stuck living with my mom in Pickens.
Oh, I see.
So I was trapped in the country. Yeah.
You have your own place now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like it? You're set up good?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You have roommates?
No, I live by
You
myself.
live by yourself? Introvert's dream?
I love living by myself.
Uh-huh.
But I feel bad for my neighbors.
Yeah, why?
Because like when I write sketches and stuff, I do all the voices like real loud.
You
and
think they can hear you?
If they can, they're definitely concerned.
I wonder if they think
Like,
there's like 5 people over there.
either they think there's 5 people or one person who like really needs some mental health counseling. Like
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a few months since you came out to comedy. So probably 3 months or so
Yeah,
since
yeah.
you've been doing comedy.
Probably.
Okay. How do you feel so far? What is your impression so far of like being here for a few months?
I love the comedy scene here.
You do?
Everybody's so nice and fun, and like they want to go out to mics, and there are ones all over. Like you could drive up to Asheville,
Yeah.
which is very different because where I was, like you'd have to drive too far, and it was, I don't know, there was like a very like a negative. There were some really
competitive
nice
vibe?
people, like Bellingham Entertainment. I worked with them; they were great.
What is that? That sounds legit.
Yeah, they had like their own. They still do. They run shows all over like Bellingham and that area in Washington.
And Bellingham, is that the name of the city you were living
Yeah.
in? Bellingham.
Yes.
Sounds British.
Which is very dramatic in that
Yeah.
way, I think. I don't
Where
know.
is Bellingham in relation to like a major city people would know? Like how far is it from like
It's like an
Seattle or something?
hour and a half north of Seattle. We're like right next to Canada.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was great when I turned 19.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hop over.
That's
drink
where
a little
everybody
bit.
goes.
Yeah, you're painting yourself to be a partier, but you're.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know you're
No,
not. Yeah.
we went.
I did
and
like to go to
then
Canada though.
No, it's fun. It was fun. I was always like the designated responsible friend.
Yup.
Get everybody
That
home
suits
safe.
you for
Yeah.
sure. So like the city Bellingham, right? Bellingham.
Yes,
That you.
Bellingham.
How big was that city compared to like a Greenville or like was it a big comedy town or
No, it was a lot. It was like a smaller college town.
Mm-hmm.
So that explains why comedy was a struggle. But yeah.
How many mics could you get to there?
There weren't like a lot of open mics. It was mostly just that group shows.
Okay.
And then there were like a few mics, but they were very persnickety.
Persnickety?
Right? Because my stuff is mostly just like about me being awkward in my family.
Right.
And still they would get upset.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why would they get upset about you being awkward?
They were
Do they want you to write other stuff?
Talk about yourself like that. You're super cool. And I was like, I'm not cool. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'd rather be dorky than like, I don't think I could be cool. Whenever I try, I embarrass myself.
That's exactly what cool people say, though.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, you're very sweet. But that's funny. They told you not to talk about being awkward. What do they want you to talk about? Political stuff? Topical stuff?
No, they just don't want you to talk. Really, no. They're like, agree with us. And that's your only option. And I was like, that's not my vibe.
Yeah.
I would rather make jokes and be fun and
agree
really
with
not.
you. So they wanted you to do like what? Cultural stuff or like things that agreed with their...
Yeah, which is just... I don't even like to talk about politics.
Lame.
Right?
Yeah. Who did you vote for in the last election?
Why? I don't like to talk about politics.
I'm just kidding.
David.
See, I asked a question the opposite of what. That's what. All right, whatever. No, I don't like to talk about politics anymore either.
That is not true. Like
what?
Always some random girl at the bar. You're like, also, what are your political opinions?
No. Really?
But apparently it's a great line because it keeps working for you. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I just run out of things to say, and then I'm like, so, what's your party? How do you feel about abortion or
oh my God,
some other hot button issue?
Do
I really do? Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, no.
All right. I'll tone it down. Well, it used to be way worse, I think. So
no, you're not like annoying about it. You just because you care about other people's opinion. You know?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course. What is your go-to topic on like when you're talking to a guy? Like you run out
so bad.
I think I went to politics when I ran out of stuff. So like, what would be your go-to topic?
I barely make it to hello. Like, I did once on a date. I didn't know what to talk about, so I just said, "Did you know that hummingbirds beat their wings at up to a speed of 80 beats per second?" And he was like, "No." And then he didn't say anything else, so I just kept going. And
about the hummingbirds?
Yeah, because I did a speech about them, so I know a lot about them.
Oh, can you tell me more about hummingbirds?
Well, what I said next was, did you know that hummingbirds, they're very promiscuous creatures?
Okay.
Right? And he thought, at this point, he looked at me like he thought I was going to turn around. But hummingbirds, then I told him hummingbirds, while promiscuous, after intercourse, if the male returns to the nest, the female will view him as a threat and she will kill him, which is a true fact, but not great for a date.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
we did not go out again.
Yeah.
We didn't know. Didn't work.
If you dated for a little while, you'd go back and kill him then.
Yeah. If I were a hummingbird, which I'm not.
Right. Okay, so hummingbirds beat their wings really fast. I am interested in hummingbirds.
Yeah. No, they're super cool. And their like wings pump their heart. So like if they pumps important things through their body, so that's why they're like always going.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the wing keeps their hearts going?
So they can't stop for too long.
Okay. How often are they flying? Like, do they like go out for like a little window in the day and then go back and rest? Because that's got to be a lot.
I think they're flying like most of the time. Dang. They're just always out there.
How long do they live?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't remember that part?
It's mostly those two very weird facts.
Okay. So after they mate, they don't like stay monogamous like penguins and hang out a lot?
Nope. The woman she'll take him out.
So all hummingbird moms are single moms? Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the guys are just messing around with
the guys are just man whores? And they just go around? Mm-hmm. Do the guy hummingbirds pollinate the flowers too?
Yeah, I think they all do. Yeah.
They all do.
Yeah. Okay. That's how they meet, you know?
Okay.
She's like, can you pollinate my flower?
They meet at the flower? That's like the nightclub of hummingbirds.
Yeah.
Okay. And they do have to stay there for a long time because most birds, actually no, insects pollinate flowers. So hummingbirds are like...
They kind of, they like pass stuff around. I don't know. I'm just
we don't know enough.
pretending I know how it works.
It's
Really,
gonna be a hummingbird
I'm just-
podcast.
someone's gonna get on here and be like, "That's not what hummingbirds are. You don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah, we don't have anybody to Google it or check us either.
Hmm.
So, okay, so you talk about hummingbirds when you run out of stuff to say on
Yeah,
a date.
just like dumb fun facts or
Mhm.
puns, which
Puns?
does not always go well either. It's like not good moves at all.
Yeah. Well, one of the favorite videos I saw you do, and by the way, yeah, go on Melly's Instagram. It's linked and stuff. But you do sketches and videos,
Yes.
like we were mentioning earlier. And you had one where you acted out all three parts of like a coffee shop scene. And you were the barista, the cute guy, and yourself. Or wait, or maybe the barista. Maybe you were the barista.
Yeah, I was all the.
Right, but were there? I don't remember.
I think
there
there
were
were
three characters
two.
or
It
two.
was just the girl and the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those are true stories. Because
Yeah.
one of those was the hummingbird one.
Oh, was the hummingbird
Yeah,
one in the
It
sketch?
is in the sketch.
Okay. Okay.
Another one was when I danced away from a man,
Yeah.
which is a true story. Danced, tripped, turned it into a dance move,
Mhm.
and danced all the way out of the building.
Yeah.
Like all the
All
way.
the way out of the
All the
building?
way. That's not an
Was he watching you the
exaggeration
whole
for
time?
comedy. Of course. What, are you not going to watch when some random girl yells at you hi and then just jazz hands herself all the
Yeah.
way? He was like, "Oh my God."
Wow.
I actually ran into him like a year later. We were working on the school newspaper together,
Yeah.
and he looked at me and I knew he remembered me. And in that moment, he looked at me and then he said, "Oh, what's your name? Nice to meet you." And I knew we had both agreed to pretend like we'd never met, which I
He
appreciated.
was doing you a solid.
Yeah.
So you're working on the school newspaper with him.
I
So this is back
was.
when you were in high school?
In college. I
College?
worked on the college newspaper.
Okay. Cool. What college did you go to?
Western Washington University.
What major?
Journalism.
Journalism. Okay. When was your first time on comedy stage? Did you do it there?
First time doing comedy really was in high school. I
Okay.
did an event. It's called After Dinner Speaking, but it's essentially like stand-up.
Okay. Like
Um,
Toastmasters kind of, where you give a speech or
Yeah, you give a speech and it's a funny speech that's supposed to have a meaning. And I did that in high school.
What was your speech?
It was about the different kinds of awkward. It really
Okay.
was like the bits I do now. A lot of it comes from that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But
What are the different kinds of awkward?
for that, it was like people who say awkward stuff, and then I brought in the fun facts because that's always been my move. Always. Then there were people who were like physically awkward, which is like dancing and that kind of stuff. And then there were the people who were like awkward and like too much too soon, you know?
Like they bring up something really
Ooh.
heavy.
Well, more like when they're trying to flirt with someone and they're immediately like, "I love you,"
I
like that kind of stuff.
That's a common one.
But yeah, so that I think that was it, and I got to perform in front of like at the state competition in front of like everybody there.
How many people?
I mean, it was speech debate. There were an insane amount of people, but we did feel like a gymnasium.
Oh wow,
So-
that's a lot.
It was-
So like
it
at
was
least
cool.
several hundred.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
But it was that was fun.
Were you nervous?
I was so nervous. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. And we had to wear like a blazer and like a power pantsuit.
Yeah.
So it's very different from my vibe now doing comedy.
Yeah. Although I could
But-
see you getting dressed up and rocking a.
I like a power pantsuit combo
Power
if I
pantsuit
get to
combo?
wear a goofy shirt underneath.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. So that was your first time on stage performing anything, or had you done theater before that?
I'd done theater, but it wasn't until like that in high school that my family told me that I was good at it.
Oh, your family
Like,
supported you.
Yeah, but before then, my mom told me this the other day. She was like, when you first started, I wasn't sure. She was like, I don't know about this.
But at the time, was she telling you like, yeah, you're great?
Well, no, at the time, she didn't really say anything. She was like, you do you.
Okay.
'Cause she wouldn't lie to me, but she
Yeah.
wants to encourage me.
I
So
like your mom.
she's really cool. My
Mm-hmm.
mom's cool. Before I came here, she was like, you're going to talk about me, right? Because I'm super cool.
Yeah.
But she is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was middle school when you were first starting
Yeah, this was theater
theater.
and stuff, and then I kind of worked at it more, and then they were like, "Oh, you could do this. Okay, you're getting better."
Yeah.
But
I love it. So you and your mom are super tight.
yeah,
So you guys moved here across the country.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You and your mom always been tight growing up?
Oh yeah, really, my whole family. Like, I love it. My dad is awesome.
Yeah.
My dad's a different vibe though. For example, like the other day he called me.
Uh-huh.
He did not say hello. He did.
What did he do?
He said, "Hey, I know you're nervous for your show tonight, and so when you're feeling nervous, I want you to remember that everyone has nipples." Like before hello anything, and that is my dad. That's
a good tip.
It is though. It really helped.
Because that's more practical. Because they'll say, imagine the audience naked, but that's hard to do. And who's going to actually remember to do that? But just like, dude, you got nipples.
It's like a weird, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just also that word is so funny. I'm like a middle school boy. I'm like nipples. I can't.
Nipples. Yeah. Yeah. Just think about that. Everybody's got nipples. They're just people.
Yeah.
What show was that he was that you were nervous before?
It was one of the first open mics I came out to.
Oh,
and I was like,
okay.
I was really nervous.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know anybody. And
yeah, it's always ratcheted up a little bit when you don't know people. And it's like, I have that when I go to a different city and I don't like not used to or don't know the people or the vibe or like how the crowd's going to be.
No, the first time I went to Asheville, I bombed because I was so nervous because I didn't know the vibe.
Oh, I'm sure you didn't bomb, really.
No, I did.
Which one was it? Which mic?
I did.
Was it the Wednesday disclaimer mic?
Yeah, I did.
That one's scary.
After that, it's been a lot better, but that one, I was just too nervous, and the audience could tell. They were like, she is nervous.
Yeah. Doesn't that suck if they punish you for being nervous? Unless you like say I'm nervous, which is kind of cheating.
I get it though, you know? I guess because my family was always so honest with me. I'm like, yes, be honest. Don't laugh. Be mean. Yeah. I'm used to it. Because they'd edit my stories as a kid. Yeah? Yeah, like I'd come in like
when you wrote a story?
No, like I'd tell them. Like, Mom, I was at the park today with my friends and like we were on the swings. And I would use all these useless details like kids do. And my mom would be like, okay, I don't know where this story's going. So let's run that back. Okay. I'm going to need you to put that into like a tight 5 for me.
Oh my God.
And then you come back when you're ready.
Dude, that's so nice of your parents to do that.
Right? It is.
I wish my parents would have done that.
Because the little kids, a lot of other kids did not know how to tell stories.
Yeah. Well, kids don't know how to do anything like up until later in high school, college. I always got yelled at for that, for not being concise enough. Just get to the point. Or I would like try and use big words because like I did have a big vocabulary, but I would like say a lot of nothing with all the big words, and trim it down. Yeah, clear, concise communication is very rare these days. So you're so like as a kid they would do that. Oh yeah, they were always honest. Yeah, which I appreciate. That's so great. I think my parents were honest. Some, but I feel like they protected me too because I was too insecure. Like if they gave me too much negative in like a too small of a window, I would have been crushed by it. Oh. So you seem to have turned out way more well-adjusted. Like, I mean, well, you know. I seem well-adjusted. You do, because you're young. You just graduated, basically. Yeah. Right? And you're 23. Yep. Yeah. See, look at how mature and. Thank you. Yes. Mature. Gosh. Do you feel mature? Yeah. I just like don't. That's the thing, is like it's a compliment, but I don't always want to be the mature one. Do you get that a lot? That you're the mature one? Yeah. Which is like. It works out sometimes, but then other times I'm like, I don't want to be responsible for everything. Yeah. 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 I hear you. I think everybody thought I was mature when I was a kid. Because I was a goody-goody for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was super strict, religious, and very like, don't swear, don't do anything inappropriate. You're like, so like, based on knowing me this little bit. Yeah. What do they think now? Oh God. I'm not friends with a lot of those same people all the way through. I think my parents still love me. I think. You think? I don't know. Well, there's an element of like this comedy stuff probably freaking them out because, ship has sailed on like the appropriate stuff. Because on here, we've had a bunch of episodes already, and they've heard me swear,
Yeah.
talk about anything and everything. If they listen,
So-
I don't even know. But when I go back home, they just don't say much. You know, that's kind of. So their silence to me says they're, I don't know.
They're chill,
They're
but they don't need to know everything,
no,
right?
but it's out there,
Mm.
better or worse. So, but I don't know. I feel like if they're telling you the truth early, though, that meant you could kind of keep things real with them. Like you probably didn't withhold stuff, did you? Like, do you tell your parents everything?
Well, I tell my mom everything,
Okay.
and my dad. If you watch this, I love you, but I don't tell my dad everything.
He's probably like, good. You don't want to.
He gets really worried, you know, like
Mhm.
but in like ways that don't make sense.
Really?
like-
How so?
Like he like he told me, this is a weird thing. When I was a kid, he'd like get worried about weird news stories happening. Like once he told me, like, if you swim to the bottom of the pool and you sit on the bottom where the drain is, it'll suck your intestines out through your butt. But like it wasn't a joke. Like that was a real thing.
Was he trying to protect you? Do you swim
he-
to the bottom of pools?
Not really. I never thought about it up to that point, and still to this day, I'm like, don't go too far.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I know there's no way that's gonna happen,
Yeah.
but that's the kind of stuff. So he gets worried about like crazy things,
yeah.
and then I try not to worry, but then I'm out there thinking like, if I get too close to the bottom of that pool, like,
yeah. Did it make you want to go down there?
no, oh
It
my
did it?
god,
Oh,
I was so
okay.
stressed out about it. I'm
Yeah.
a worrier.
You're a
more
worrier.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of kids, it would make them be like, all right, I'm going down to the bottom of that freaking pool. Then.
Mm-mm.
It seemed like maybe there was something he was trying to get you to go down to the bottom of the pool. You think there was like a subliminal thing he was trying to do?
No.
No.
No, he was just worried
he
about
was just
it.
observant.
He's told me so many weird news stories. Like he told me that sometimes I'll do his voice again. He does not sound like this. This is just his energy.
This is just your dad's energy.
But
okay.
he said, you know, like in an airplane where people go to the bathroom, he said sometimes those things will fall out and make a block of ice and it'll crush you while you're walking. And it wasn't. He was like, that's the real thing that happens to people. And I was like, I don't think maybe one person, but then I would
Maybe one person.
maybe.
Yeah,
Probably.
that would be bad to get killed by a poop
That would
popsicle
be
that fell out of the
terrible.
plane.
It's got to be like the most embarrassing way to die.
Have you ever heard the story of DB Cooper?
I know that name. Tell me
Oh.
this. What's the story?
The story is this was a hijacker in the 70s or 80s before airport security was anything special. And I think, oh gosh, I'm going to butcher this. There's a Netflix documentary about him, but they never caught the guy. He was on the plane. He had like glasses on and a suit, and he gave a note to the stewardess that he had a bomb in his suitcase. And unless you gave him this money, like he was going to blow up the plane. So the plane landed. He gets the money. The plane takes back off again, and then he jumps out the back of the plane with a parachute in the middle of the night. And I want to say it was around the Pacific Northwest area, like where you used to live, which is why this is not a pointless story, because it ties back to you. But anyway, so yeah, he just jumped out of the plane. But anyway, it's a good documentary. Check it out.
Interesting. You're just
I don't know
plugging
if it
some
is.
random Netflix documentary on your show.
Yeah. Why not? Why not? That's what I reference when I don't know what else to say.
I would get if it was in the Pacific Northwest, that we have a lot of crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
a lot of woods they could disappear into.
Oh,
what,
yeah.
What other crazy conspiracy theories or
Well-
things that go on in the Pacific Northwest?
There are just a lot of serial killers. Like
Really?
Like a bar in the town that I lived in had like a bunch of famous serial killers had all like been there at one point. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which I thought was super cool, but my parents were like, get ready. You know? Like,
Yeah. What do you think? So is it they were from there? Or they use that as like a hideout? Or they just like...
I think it's just there's so many woods you could really hide anywhere, but also like the vibe there because it's dark and like sad and dramatic all the
Yeah.
time. It just feels like that's where someone would go.
I gotcha.
You know?
What do people do in that town? Like, what is the main employer? And I'm picturing like a lodge in the mountains, kind of. That's what I'm picturing.
No,
But
no,
that's-
it's like a college town. So like really the college is the major.
Okay.
It's really just a lot of people with aggressive opinions who don't know what they're talking
Aggressive
about.
opinions?
Aggressive opinions, but they only read like half of one book about it. So they didn't even really get to the end before they decided how they felt.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
So very progressive.
Well, that doesn't mean progressive. It just means, I don't know. I don't have a lot of opinions. That's my thing. My opinion is like, can we just be nice, please? Can we just start with...
Yeah, that's not a popular one. Be nice.
It's not
If a
popular
politician came out and
nowadays.
this is my policy. Be nice. Boo.
I know, but really now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
You get in trouble for just being nice to people.
Yeah. I do love your act, though. I remember 2 weeks ago you did a 5-minute bit about Downton Abbey. Was it Downton Abbey?
Bridgerton. Well, it was really, yeah.
Bridgerton. I'm sorry. Downton Abbey. That's what I thought.
I mean, it's the same vibe, though.
About women's health.
Yes.
And what it must have been like to have to deal with that in the... Yeah. What inspired that bit?
It's not... I want to say I was like really thinking about like women and like, that. But really, I was watching Bridgerton and in my head I thought... What if all the noble women got on the same cycle? Because I feel like that wouldn't look very pretty in that time period. I was like, there would be like, it would just look, as I say, it would look like just a red slip and slide. And I did. I was like, they'd have to have a guy who mopped up after the noble women on the dance floor. And this is also why I don't get dates, because this is what I think about and then say to other people. It's like,
who cares? That's funny.
But yeah, no, I was just, that's what I was thinking about to myself.
Yeah. Yeah, before I saw that, I was like, Melly, very family-friendly material. Like, well, your jokes are all clean. You don't swear.
No, well, it just doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth, like swearing. I also just don't like to swear. Like,
What makes you want to swear? What makes you mad?
What makes me mad?
Yeah, what makes you really mad?
Okay, bicyclists, when they are in front of me, because I like, yes, we should not hit people with our car, but when they're wearing those little bike shorts and they're in my lane, not the bicycle lane, I just want to tap them like a little bit, you know, just like a little.
Do you think they take it too seriously?
Yes.
Like they got their spandex and their helmet
spandex and their helmet that's supposed to like wick the wind around them.
Yeah.
And I cannot
it's like a teardrop bag.
Take it seriously. And so, no one loved them enough to tell them not to wear those shorts.
Yeah.
Like somebody, they need an honest person in their life.
If they got a good body, you don't think?
No one looks good in the shorts. No one looks good in the shorts.
Charlie, you listening? My buddy Charlie, he was a cyclist at Furman. He was like on the team. D1 cyclist, pretty cool. But sounds like you're saying, even if you're competitive college cyclist, just ditch the gear.
Just, you can wear the top, just the little tiny shorts are a no.
Yeah. So get something a little baggier.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you hate cyclists. What else do you hate?
What else? I don't really hate things. I don't know what else makes me mad. I don't have a lot of angry rage thoughts. That's not true. I just don't feel that they're funny to share.
Is there any person that you hate?
I wouldn't say hate. I would say strongly dislike.
Strongly dislike?
But that's more.
Give me an example.
No! I'm not. No. There are people who I dislike who I would not talk to again, but it's in the past,
Yeah. I hate Bert Kreischer.
Why?
Dude, he sucks, dude.
I like his comedy.
You do?
Yeah. He reminds me of my dad, though. That's why.
Oh.
Talking about, like...
I hate your dad. I'm just kidding. I don't hate your dad. No, I like your dad for the swimming pool thing. That was amazing. No, Bert Kreischer sucks, dude.
Why?
Well, my favorite comment about him recently that was very honest was Tim Dillon said he was... beach drunk or party boy beach retard, I think is what he said. Oh, you didn't laugh at retard.
What?
She didn't.
No, I didn't.
Did you laugh at retard?
I laughed
Melly
at
just laughed at retard.
I laughed at the whole thing. I'm
Quoting
okay.
Tim
Woo.
Canceled.
Don't get me in trouble.
No, I just don't like Bert Kreischer because he I don't know. He's just stop taking your shirt off. You know? But everybody loves it. He can't not do it anymore. It's become a big thing.
He made it his thing.
Yeah.
And that if you don't like it, then you're not going to like him because the whole time he's got his shirt off.
Like, what if he just kept his shirt on and people were like, wait, what? Boo.
Would he be as funny? I don't know. Would people laugh as much?
I don't know.
That's an experiment. Bert Kreischer, if you're listening,
come out in a tuxedo.
Yeah, come do a set fully clothed and see how it goes.
Yeah, he should just go the complete opposite. He should just wear a tux, have like a little. Does he have hair? I don't know. I always see him in a hat.
I think he has like partial hair. A lot of the comedian guys have like partial hair.
They're going bald.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's called, going bald.
That's what it's called. The partial hair.
You're
so nice to even say
I know the
balding.
words.
You just don't say it. Oh, I like your partial hair.
You can't tell a man like, yeah, they're kind of bald. Like that's.
It's a huge insecurity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. My hairline's receding, and I'm fighting it with everything on the market.
You have great partial hair. No, I'm kidding.
Thanks. I'm fighting it with every prescription that is like allowed. Rogaine. By the way. Like,
Is that the only one? Every prescription allowed, and then you only said one.
Well, no, I was about to put more stuff.
Okay.
Well, actually, I'm not doing every one, but that's what I don't get about these companies they have on Instagram now, like Keeps. You probably don't see the same ads as I do because you don't have a problem with going bald. But they have like these companies now, Keeps or like another hair loss one, and they're just all it is going to the CVS and getting Rogaine. So I don't know.
Oh.
For people who are too afraid to go to CVS and face a cashier. Maybe.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
Yeah. And then Propecia, you can take a pill. It lowers dihydrotestosterone, which is the chemical that makes your hair fall out.
Interesting.
And then it's not that interesting, but whatever.
You've clearly done a lot of research into it.
Oh, yeah. When I was a junior in high school, my friend Dan Angeli said my hairline was really receded. And he said, you're going to go bald way before me. And I was like, oh, I was crushed. So I scoured the internet and I made my dad buy me a laser comb or help me buy it. I think it was like a couple $100. So like I had a couple $100 and he helped me buy the rest. So yeah, I have a problem with that. But yeah, going bald. I respect the guys that just embrace it and just shave their head.
Yeah. I feel bad though for people who have like weird shaped heads.
Yeah.
Like that's got to be bad, you know? Because you're like, what am I going to do? I can't do the bald thing.
Yeah.
The half hair is not great, you know?
Right.
I think those are the guys who always wear hats.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the move. I have a flat spot in the back of my head. It's huge. Can you tell from the profile?
I cannot tell. I did not intend, to make fun of you again.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, a lot of the old comics that like hit it in their 40s, they tend to be losing it. But maybe it makes you funnier.
I think it does. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
it looks uglier, but then people are like, "Aw."
It's a lot of comedy. I feel people are like, "Aw."
Aw, look at how pathetic they are. No. Have you always rocked that hairstyle? Have you always rocked that type of hairstyle? Like
no.
Curly, sweet. No? What other hairstyles have you had?
Well, I used to straighten my hair a lot because that's like what all the girls in high school did. Then I tried to do curly, but I got my hair cut like my mom's.
Yeah.
So I looked like I got my hair cut like my mom.
Okay.
Like it would flip up to the side.
Okay.
There's so many pictures from like sophomore year of high school where I just, even because I would wear blazers and stuff, like I just look like somebody's mom.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then this hairstyle.
Okay.
Because I finally figured out how to deal with my curly hair.
Yeah.
Because it used to just explode.
Okay.
Like I would look like the Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
Never had a pink hair phase?
I did get one streak in my hair. Just one. It was red and pink and blue. Like in order. Like I did red and then pink and then blue. Okay. Because I wanted to rebel, but I didn't have anything to rebel about. So I didn't dye my whole head, just one piece. Because it's tough. My parents, they got divorced and they stayed friends. And I was like, how am I supposed to fit in with the other kids, you guys? I have no reason to rebel or.
Yeah, like give me some more trauma.
Yeah, I was like, you got to give me something.
Yeah. That's really good. Healthy, well-adjusted divorced parents. That's good. Yeah, my family, I don't know if I want my parents are still together, but like, we had the very, conservative, strict kind of upbringing, and everything it wasn't even that strict, but it was just like very sanitized and like perfect. So when one set of aunt and uncles got divorced in my family, oh boy, it was dysfunctional. Oh boy, we couldn't talk about anything real about what was actually going on. And my uncle was Uncle Jim, God bless you, I love you, but I don't know, there was some immaturity in like how it like all broke down. They definitely didn't stay friends, and like people kind of like, it was like a cold war of taking sides. Which yeah, so the fact that they stayed friends is very very good.
Yeah, it was nice, but I could never like sneak out of the house because I couldn't say like I'm going to dad's and I'm going to mom's and then sneak out anywhere, because then they call each other and be like, "How's your night going? Are you having fun?" And I was like, I just want to.
Yeah, you got to coordinate 2 lies.
No, but
if you're going to sneak out.
I was such a goody goody.
You didn't ever sneak out?
No, I was like, Mom, why don't you care that I'm home alone? I could sneak out and have a party. And she was like, "Ha ha, you're not gonna." She was right. I never did.
Yeah, I wasn't really either. I didn't really. Did you go out and drink at all in high school?
Nope.
No.
No, we had sober fun.
Sober fun.
Yeah.
Which involved what?
We played a lot of like running outside games, like
Tight.
sardines. Do you know what sardines is?
No, I don't.
It's like hide and seek, except you send someone to hide, and then when you find them, you hide with them, and then the last person to find everyone is the loser.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really fun, like out in the woods, because then the last person to find everyone is also scared, and you're trying to like spook them.
Right.
1 year.
So you're packed like sardines.
Yeah,
that's why
like,
it's called that. Okay. Yeah.
But 1 year, my friend dressed up. Her name's Haley. She dressed up in full camo, and so no one could find her. Like she was hiding by herself for, I swear, like 30 minutes.
And she was the first one?
She was the first one.
So nobody was with her?
So nobody was with her, and we couldn't find her. And then she popped up and scared the crap out of everybody.
Yeah. Dude, those games are... I wonder if kids actually still play those games today.
I hope.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't live... Yeah. Not in a neighborhood. I haven't gotten like a good neighborhood fix in like a decade. Like,
what kind of games did like you play as a kid?
So this was Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Yeah. You do Wisconsin accent too. Yeah. Wisconsin. Popular one. It's the same game, but we called it Bloody Murder or Ghost in the Graveyard.
Oh, Ghost in the Graveyard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it set up the same for you? So this is our setup. It was like everybody would be in the front yard, and then the ghost would hide, and then we all go back there. And then as soon as you saw the person that was hidden, you'd say "Ghost in the Graveyard," and everybody would run back to like the mailbox or something.
Yeah. Try not to get tagged, right?
Yeah. So that was legit. We'd play like a lot of like sports games too, like 500. You ever play that? This is why, like, yeah, we would like, you play with a football or baseball, and you'd like try to beat like the sun going down. So like my dad would throw it up to us. There'd be like a bunch of neighborhood kids, and you'd throw it up, and each one would be worth like a different amount of points.
Okay.
So you throw it up, say 200, and then if you caught that, you'd get the points.
Oh.
And then you'd have to add up to 500. And then one time you'd just chuck it up as high as you possibly could, and that'd be like, you'd say jackpot or 500 or something, and then you'd win. We hit golf balls at construction trucks too.
You hit golf balls at construction trucks.
Yeah,
okay.
We got in trouble for that.
Definitely not where I thought that sentence was going.
This would be like in the summer, we'd be bored, and the three of us, like they'd be wiffle balls, but we'd be like lined up in the yard, and as the truck would come, and my neighbor Kyle, dude, he would just like set us up. He was kind of a bad kid, but he'd be like, "Yeah, guys, do this." So like, it'd be me and my 3 brothers like hitting a ball at the same time, and he'd be like, "Ready, aim, fire," and as the truck was coming, and then Then one time we hit the truck stopped, we ran away, and Kyle just stood there. He's like, "Oh yeah, they went in the back." Kyle Miller.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think he drives an ambulance now in Green Bay. But
that's concerning.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want to know that about my ambulance driver.
He ended up. Yeah. He's little terrorist.
Mm.
But yeah, man, it's you gotta have like those Stand By Me experiences where you're like just on your own, like exploring and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that movie I was referencing?
Nope.
No.
I was trying to be like, I can get the reference, but
You haven't seen Stand By Me?
no.
It's an old movie. But yeah, those kids are just like in the 50s. I don't know. I think in the 50s, and they're playing by the railroad tracks, and they find a dead body.
Oh, I've heard of this.
You have?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a cultural classic.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
Did you make forts when you were a kid?
Oh yeah, I still make forts.
You
Are
do?
you kidding me? It's so fun. Who doesn't want to make a fort?
Have you made a fort in your new apartment?
Not yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
It will happen probably
Okay.
near Halloween time.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of forts did you make as a kid?
Like all throughout the house. Sometimes I would make like a little one for the night. Sometimes I would, because we had like a attic bedroom that I was in, and so
Oh,
I
you
would.
lived in the attic?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was super haunted.
Yeah.
But I would make a fort that went like all the way across the whole thing.
Okay.
Which was really just the room, like thinking
Uh-huh.
about it, right? Just with the lower ceiling.
Yeah.
But it felt magical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, we would do that with couch cushions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we would. I remember the popular show I was watching at the time was Tailspin, the Disney show. Have you ever heard of Tailspin?
Mhm.
It was like the guy from, it was like a bear that was like the guy from the Jungle Book, kind of.
Oh.
And they would fly planes, like these old school, like World War II
Mhm.
cargo planes, it felt like. And yeah, we tried to make the couch into a plane. And yeah, that was like when I was real little. And then my brother jumped off the couch and broke his arm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. We were full of boys. What, you told me you have siblings, right?
Yes.
Remind me, because I'm like blanking.
So all my siblings are kind of adopted in.
Okay.
So like my dad got remarried and she had a son and a daughter.
Okay.
They're great. And then my
Older
mom,
than you? Younger than you?
the son Jake, he's younger than me. And then the daughter Haley is much older.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then my mom met this guy on a dating app and they didn't date. They just became friends and then moved into our house.
Oh,
like
wow.
with the kids.
Okay.
And
So they moved in as friends?
yeah, I mean they went out on a couple dates and she was like, "No, but I like your kids. So you guys, if you need somewhere to stay."
Oh my gosh.
And they did. So they
That's
moved
really
in.
fun.
No, we like him too. He's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was, of course, being an only child for that long, I was like, why are these little kids moving into my house?
Yeah.
But I'm so happy. I love them so much.
Yeah.
They're just like my favorite people.
Yeah.
My one sister actually just graduated from boot camp, like her first one to be a Marine.
Oh my gosh. Your
Yeah.
sister's going to be a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Yeah, she's badass.
So was she one of the only women in the class?
Yeah, and she went to this like elite school, and she was a squad leader.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Check it out.
So proud of her. They're all
Yeah,
doing
that's
like
great.
she's doing that. My other sister who's in college is like learning medicine. I swear to God, she's gonna like find the cure for cancer.
Is she going to be a doctor?
someday.
Is that what she wants to do?
Or
like,
something
medical
like that.
research,
Just
maybe?
medical. She goes back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. She's gonna do something amazing with it. I could tell.
Yeah.
She is in that area much smarter than me. And then the youngest is just like the sweetest person in the universe who
Yeah.
also is doing medicine. So they're doing all that, and I'm like, I'm gonna tell my jokes.
I'm doing stand-up.
But
Oh, no, that's great. I love it.
yeah.
So, okay. Do you, so how many years is it since you've been doing comedy? Is it 3?
I would say 3 combined because
3
I would do it like on and
combined.
off.
Okay. And what do you hope for out of comedy?
Oh, I want a tour.
You want a tour?
If I could do comedy every day, all day, that's what I would do. Like, I would love to make sketches too.
Yeah.
It's really everything in that field, like tour, doing stand-up, make sketches, and like I'd love to write funny TV and different stuff.
Okay. Have you ever written any scripts for like a TV show? Like as like a draft?
Yes.
Or like,
I have one. And it's like such a goofy idea, but it's like a 20 it's set up as like a 20-minute sitcom.
Oh, so this is an original idea. This isn't
Yeah.
somebody else's
But
show that you're writing
it's like a mythological hero saves the world, like those typically very long dramatic stories, but in the confines of like a 20-minute comedy episode.
Okay.
Because I don't know, they haven't made shows like that, I feel, since like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
And I want one for adults.
Yeah.
Where it's like 20 minutes of like, there's magic, but she's saving the world, but it's really funny. And
Okay.
yeah.
So lay it out for me. Who's
So
in the
main
show?
character, she is a college student who doesn't know really what she wants to do with her life. And then essentially, at a night out, someone who she thought was her friend turns into a horrific snake monster and tries to eat her.
Oh my!
And then she discovers she's the savior, a person supposed to save the world. But she's really happy about it because now she doesn't have to figure out what she wants to do with her life.
Yeah.
And also it's magic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like as a normal person would, she's like, hell yeah, I have magic.
I have a... Does she have like a wand?
No. It's more like... it's based in like ancient Norse mythology because I think that's super cool. So it's like rune magic, like that kind of stuff.
Like what magic?
Because in Norse mythology, like, they use like symbols to like cast spells and stuff.
Okay.
But her character is contrasted with all the people who are taking it very seriously, saving the end of the world. And I also wanted to make the bad guys like a big character.
Yeah.
Where like what if evil villains of old were stuck in modern day where like their magic couldn't solve anything, so they have modern day problems, like they're trying to chase her down but everybody's stuck in traffic. Like that's what I want from it. It is like these people with magic who are so frustrated because their magic is not enough to deal with like regular human things.
Yeah. And people just aren't scared by them.
Yeah, and they're not, because like they've in it, like my idea is they've adapted to modern life, so they're trying to be like scary and spooky, but they're also like, you know, we're on the road kind of late chasing them, can we stop at McDonald's? Like that's the vibe I want.
Yeah, I love it. So snake monster is the
And
bad
you
guy.
know, it doesn't have to be snake monster.
No,
it's
snake
just
monster's
generally,
great.
I think. Well, that's like a big monster from ancient Norse. Like,
dude, yes.
Big snakes is like a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing in all mythology. That's
what is the deal with that? Why
I don't know.
big snakes?
I shouldn't get started on this. Because I have a theory, and I've actually outlined it. Like
you
I'm
have like a
sure.
real theory? Wait.
No, it's not my theory.
Okay.
I don't have any original thoughts. I rip them off. No. Okay.
I want to know.
You
Just tell me
you
a
wanna
little.
know?
Yeah, tell me the theory.
Okay. Well, the theory is that prehistoric evolution, like our primate ancestors were, one of the predators was reptilian in nature. So like we were in trees as primates. So like snakes would be on the ground and they would be a real threat. So as we told stories, we'd like attach image to like symbolize threat of predators first. And that's why those images keep cropping up in like all sorts of stories. Like Genesis, it's a snake, or like a dragon is a reptilian fire breathing animal. And so the whole story of a knight leaving his kingdom, but also like a hero story like yours, like beating the snake, or like that's like a noble story. So like world's dangerous, you can't stay in your house, so you got to go out and confront like scary stuff, and then you'll symbolize it by a snake. So that's the theory.
That's really interesting though. Like I could see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a whole thing about like archetypes and stuff that are symbols that emerge across cultures and across, you know, religious stories, Norse stories, Viking stories. Yeah, so anything like that's like outside of what you know could be a snake, or like you could symbolize it as like a literal thing, or you could use it to symbolize, you know, a bad guy, or just any unknown threat in general is like a snake in your life. Like a heckler could be a snake. Is it like everything's going the way you expect it, and then popped up threat, and you gotta like slay the snake, or like the snake could get you. Yeah, or like something bad happening to you could be like a snake.
That's cool.
Like you lose a job, or like something doesn't go your way. the world wasn't what you thought it was. It's like a
Yeah.
thing that pops up. Okay, I'm not going to go any more
No,
deep
it's
with it.
it's cool though. Yeah, new way to think about hecklers.
Oh, yeah. New way to think about hecklers or, anything that goes bad, really.
It's just a snake.
Yeah. There's a really good Viking. Do you like Viking mythology?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
okay.
yeah.
There's a really good movie that came out this year, 2022, called The Northman. Have you heard of it?
About that.
Dude,
I haven't seen it though.
Watch it.
Yeah?
It is.
Okay.
It is a lot. It is like scary. Those Vikings were just they were so badass.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's a story of this guy who's trying to avenge the death of his father, and it's really cool. Like they like interplay like the supernatural aspects of like the gods they believe in a really kind of convincing, realistic kind of way.
Oh, okay.
Like when they have these ceremonies where they're like the young prince who's trying to, come of age, sort of. They like have this ritual with like the witch doctor of the Viking clan, and I don't know if there's drugs involved or like some brew that they do, but the rituals.
I feel like back then there were always some kind of drugs involved.
Yeah. But they interplay that, so it's not like an Avengers movie where it's like, the supernatural aspects are like cartoonish. It's like really gritty and raw the whole time. So, and it's one of the most violent movies I've ever seen. Do you like violent movies, Melly? Do you like blood and gore? No, didn't think so.
I can handle it ish in movies, but like in real life, I will faint at blood.
Yeah,
I'll be out. That's yeah. Mm-mm.
Have you ever had an injury that was like bad, like that would have grossed yourself out?
All my injuries are so dumb. I'm
awkward
so
injuries?
Fragile as a person. Like when it comes to hurting myself, like I broke my leg falling down. Sorry, I broke my arm falling down a stair when I was a kid. Not multiple stairs, one stair.
Yeah.
Broke my whole arm.
Oh, jeez.
And my dad, I love my dad, but my mom got home and she was like, "Why is our daughter crying and holding her arm above her head like this?" And he was like, "I don't know. She's just been doing that." And my mom was like, "We have to take her." And they're both medical. And she was like, "We have to take her to the emergency." And they took me and I broke my arm. But my dad thought like, she's just being weird.
You were just saying that?
I was just like, just walking around.
Oh my God. How old were you?
I was really little. I don't know. I like 2 or 3. Yeah.
Gosh.
But yeah.
I just thought you were crying for 2-year-old, 3-year-old reasons, but your arm was broken.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But like other stuff like that, like I went to like a squat lift type of class.
Squat lift class?
Yeah, like
I love squat lift classes, dude.
But at 22 years old and I threw out my back like a 90-year-old woman.
That's no joke.
Yeah, so I was
What
just
happened?
like,
How'd you throw your back out?
I don't know.
Were you squatting?
I don't know. I got home and I was fine, and then I woke up and I was like, I need a back brace and take me to the chiropractor.
And everything tightened up.
Everything hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it hurt so bad that when it first happened, I just fainted. I was like, oh yeah, and yep. So Melly, 22 years old, in bed because she threw out her back. Oh my God.
Squats are good for you. Like that's one of the best lifts apparently. But if you don't do them exactly right,
yeah,
or you try to do a little more weight than you're supposed to, like you can really mess yourself up.
Yeah.
I did that. I had to go to the ER for a squat lifting injury.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was bad because, football, like as a part of the weightlifting practice, like squats are like you do them twice a week. And everybody's like meatheads. Like they try to throw on, like you compete with your friends, and you want to squat a lot. So this was after the season was over, and I had already I was going to just be a normal person now, not playing football. But I was an idiot. I was still doing squats, and I was doing them real fast because I was doing lighter weight, and I was like, and then I just tilted forward like a quarter of an inch, and I dropped everything, and I fell down, and I limped to the little training room. And I don't think they cared because I wasn't a player anymore. Like I was about to leave. So they're like, put some ice on it. So they put a heat pack and ice on it. And I thought it was okay. And then I tried to go to bed that night, and then I froze in the bed, and I like literally couldn't move, and I had to like inch my way out of the house. And my friend took me to the ER. So yeah, back pain.
That's terrible.
It's pretty bad. Take care of your backs, people. That's why I have this lumbar.
Your special lumbar pillow.
It's a good practice. Yeah.
For when you're old, you're preparing.
Yeah. Gotta take care of that back. You know, you only get one.
It's true.
That's what they.
You only get one.
I have freaking lumbar in my car too. I have like an airport neck pillow that's permanently like in my lower back of my car. Yeah, you don't think I'm a good driver, huh?
Have I been in your car?
Didn't we ride together with Alexis to a mic once? No, you weren't there. That was Madison. Never mind.
No, I haven't driven with you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So I guess we'll see if you're a good driver.
No, well, Alexis doesn't want to ride there with me anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, shoot, this isn't going to work because you weren't there.
You've been deemed a bad driver already.
Well, I like multitask in the car. And my cruise control is currently broken. So like there's variability in the speed on the highway.
See,
and then I'll be like
all of those things mean bad driver.
Yeah.
And that means that's code for not paying attention while driving.
Yeah, I'd say careless driver. I'm pretty good.
Careless driver.
I trust my instincts. This is horrible to be saying out loud. I'm gonna like
you can't say careless driver and trust my instincts. You can't have it both ways.
When it comes down to like in the moment something goes down, I trust my reaction. This is really bad. I shouldn't be talking about this.
Why not?
Because like, you say, are you superstitious? Like you say something out loud, and then like next week gonna have like a fender bender.
I don't know. I think you got to really think about it for it to happen, you know? That's why I get worried about negative thoughts. Because I always think, like, if I think negative too much, then it's going to happen. So then I got to flip it back around.
Yeah, you seem to be a pretty positive person.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah.
I got a lot of worries. I just kind of go, no. Yeah. It'll be fine.
Would you say you're highly neurotic?
No, I wouldn't say neurotic. I just get like worried about dumb things.
Okay.
That like just don't make any sense. Like superstitious wise too. Like in my apartment at night, for example, I should be worried, right, about regular human things, like someone trying to break in or that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm worried about ghosts. I'm in my apartment like, oh my God, if this is haunted, I have to be prepared.
Yeah.
Which is not.
So you believe in ghosts, huh?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So what are ghosts to you? Are they people that died and are restless souls that are wandering around the places where they used to live on when they were alive?
Yeah, I don't know. I just like that idea. Like it might not be true, but I think it's more magical. If like walking somewhere at night, I'm like it's a restless soul that's making that creepy noise instead of like a person around the corner, you know?
Yeah.
It's more fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also convinced that my house was haunted when I was a kid.
The one where you lived in the attic?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you see when you were there?
Well, my mom, and she refuses to believe it wasn't me. But so my friend and I were playing outside on the trampoline. Mm-hmm. We had been outside all day. We were not in the house at all.
You were out there with a friend?
Yeah, I was outside with a friend when this happened.
Okay.
My mom came in and saw a girl, she said, who looked all like so similar to me walking down the stairs at her. And she screamed really loud and dropped everything and looked back up and the girl was gone. And she thought I was messing with her. But I was not. I was outside with my friend. Like we were there. I was not in the house in any way.
How old were you?
Oh gosh, this was like, it's got to be like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, like around that range.
Okay, so 10 to 12 age range.
But I was like I was not in the house.
So she saw a 10 to 12-year-old girl walking down the stairs.
She still thinks that I was messing with her. But like I wouldn't commit for 23, I wouldn't commit for that many years to the bit. Like that's too long.
Yeah. Gosh, I've never seen a ghost before. But I'd like to think ghosts, I don't know. That's a cool idea to me that like their spirit or energy is like still around.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what happens when we die.
No. I want to still be around.
You like living, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, if I had a pill right now to give you and it would make you live forever at your current, like, your body wouldn't age anymore. You would just look like this and be forever. Would you take the pill?
I think I would. I like the idea of like eternal life, like vampire, all that stuff. But the issue with that though is like, is it I just get one for me, but everybody else is gonna die?
Yeah.
And then if like later I'm really sad, do I have to keep living forever?
What if like all your comic friends got them too?
But not my family. Like you guys are nice, but like
no.
I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, your family would all die, and that's going to be really sad. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of eternity, I mean, you could like become like this like queen monarch person who like has like offspring that all die.
Oh my gosh.
So you'd make new family.
I could, I think
they might resent you because they're like, dang, grandma's like great grandma.
Grandma's
Melly.
Still hot. Like that's just not fair.
Yeah.
No. But I think I don't know. I probably would take it, provided I could die. Like not where I could never die. You know what I'm saying? It's like
well, I guess
eternal life, but you could still be taken out.
For sure. I wonder if having that would make you like prone to more anxiety. Like if you could still get killed, like if you got hit by a bus or something, if you'd be like, man, I got to be real careful because like I'm good now, provided. It'd be like having like a perfect car you didn't want to scratch or something.
I think I'd do more crazy stuff.
More crazy stuff?
Because I would know like I have eternity to do all these cool things. Mm-hmm. So I think I'd just be like, woo!
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you'd go up to that guy you want to talk to, right? And if he... well, because we talked about this the other night, how about we get nervous going up to girls or guys, respectively.
Or either.
Or either. Either. Yes. So basically, if you got rejected by a guy, you could just be like, all right, well, you're going to die soon. So peace, bro.
Yeah,
you could have had eternal life. I'm going to be a myth. Like I'm going to be in
100 years, you won't even be here.
Yeah. And I'm going to be at this bar in 100 years.
Oh, no. Not the same bar. Oh God. If that's eternity, no.
Yeah. I feel the same. I would definitely take.
You would take it?
Oh yeah. I feel like that a lot. I feel like we have to like pinch ourselves right now. This like kind of life we get to live with just the Greenville. I mean, I guess Greenville could get old eventually, but for now, hit some fun open mics and dance and have fun and forget about all the craziness in the world.
Yes,
it's a vibe, man.
It's awesome. I love this city.
Yeah,
like it's just always a fun vibe, and there's great places to go.
What's your favorite place to go so far that you've been?
I mean, aside from the mics, because those are always number one.
Mics are good.
It's like not even close. But I haven't been with you guys, but I really like the dance clubs. Like I think it's called Abanico.
That's right across the street from here.
A lot of music in Spanish.
Yeah.
Which is like my favorite music to dance to. Like,
dude, I'm with you. Abanico's sweet. You been to Abanico?
Yeah, I went once, and oh my gosh, it was so fun. But like most people want to drink and not dance, but I always just want to dance.
Yeah, just want to dance. Yeah, I do too. I love it. Yeah, you're very into dancing.
Oh yeah.
Which is great. That's a good way to like break the ice with a guy. Well, I mean, I don't know. Do you think it?
Here's the thing: is that
a cool guy?
When I think in my
head, hey, what's your name?
I'm flirting. Then my dancing gets really weird. Like I'm a cute dancer when I'm not thinking about it, and then I'm thinking about it, and then it's like with a little bit of it, and they're like, "What is she doing? Is she okay?"
Yeah.
Also, another random thing. Sometimes when I get nervous, my eye will twitch a little bit. So I'm doing the weird dance, and I got the eye twitch, and they're like, "Is she okay? Is she? Yeah. Is she? Do we need to get medical attention?"
Yeah.
Which is not what you want.
No, probably not. But yeah, people who are, confident in themselves can dance or just free looking.
Well, yeah.
I think
that's the thing is it doesn't matter on beat, off beat. good dancer, bad dancer. It matters if you're having fun and you have confidence, then you're a good dancer.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you got to put it out of your mind. Because as soon as you start to think about it, you
Yep.
lose it. As soon as you... I've lost it.
Watch though. People who are actually good dancers are like, no, it's
That's
confidence is not enough.
No. You got to have some moves. You can't just side to side. Like, that's all.
You don't do the hitch dance, just the back and forth.
Yeah. The hitch dance.
Yeah. When he's
This is where you live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder how corny Hitch is. I kind of want to watch that movie again to see how well it has aged.
I love that movie.
I did too. I loved it at the time.
It's still great
Kevin
now.
James. You've seen it recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's
okay.
great.
It's good. Okay. Hitch aged well.
Yeah.
That's good. Because I was talking to you about this last night. Jerry Maguire is horrible. Jerry Maguire is on HBO right now. If you want to watch it, see if you can get 10 minutes in without turning it off, because I couldn't.
Is that the one where he's in the shirt? He slides across the floor.
No, I think that's what is that one?
Risky Business.
Risky Business.
That's the one I've seen.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen
that one's
Jerry
probably
Maguire.
pretty corny too. But oh my gosh, Renee Zellweger, Tom Cruise. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, it's so corny.
I'm gonna have to watch it now and see.
Show me the money. You complete me. You complete me.
Oh, that phrase though is just so. You complete. Oh.
Yeah.
It's too cheesy, I think.
Well, he's trying really hard to prove that he's the man ready to like actually take a serious relationship. And yeah.
I want to see, because those movies always end like, no, I've changed. Like after a week, really. It's like a week later, he's like, I've changed. I did a big romantic gesture. I want to see like the week after that.
Or like 6 months later.
Yeah, like 6 months later, where she's like, oh my God, he's so annoying. He did not change.
Yeah.
Like.
He's out late, just fooling around, being an idiot. Yeah. There was another line, Renee Zellweger. She's talking to her friend about Tom, and she's like, I love him. I love him for the man he wants to be, and I love him for the man he almost sort of is. That line was actually pretty good.
I feel very accurate to real life. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like
that part was.
For the person they almost kind of are. They're trying.
Yeah. So, okay, almost like real life. Do you feel like guys are underdeveloped or immature around the 23 range?
Around all the ranges.
All the ranges.
The whole range of men are.
What do you think the problem is?
I think people aren't themselves enough is my issue off the bat. Also, men like get a bed frame, maybe. Like maybe adult men should own bed frames.
Yes.
And more than 2 pillows. That's my thought on that.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I agree with that one. There's a great I forget her name, in Asheville. She has a joke about the guys without bed frames.
Yeah, it's just shocking. It doesn't matter what age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a bed frame until like a month ago.
But you got one.
I got one. It's really nice. Put it together myself and got a dresser. Okay. Yeah. So, okay, guys not having bed frames.
Yeah.
What other ways are guys like immature that you notice?
They just don't. They act like who they want you to like is my thing. But I think all people do that.
They change their opinions to match yours.
People overall will like pretend to be who you want. And then they're not. And
yeah.
Just like, I just don't get why people can't be themselves. Because I'm myself, and I know it's a lot sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun if you have the right energy.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
That's really more the thing. I just wish people would be themselves.
Yeah.
So then I'm not like. I'm terrible though, because I keep wanting to date, but then my thought about it is like, yeah, I'm gonna go there, but then they're gonna talk. Which is like not the mindset I should be going into dating with, right? It's like, and then when they say things.
Do you find they talk too much, like about themselves or their
everybody
stuff?
talks. Yeah, no. Oh
Everybody
my gosh.
talks about themselves.
I was on a date and someone was like, I'm sorry, I've only been talking about myself. And then they kept talking about just themselves. And I was like, you knew that you were. And you kept doing it. We went out a few times.
Then he ran out of stuff to talk about. And then he was like, Oh.
He did, and I was like, "Do I
Could've
get to
asked
go
you some
now?
questions. Yeah.
Do I?"
Yeah.
It's also tough though, because like I do comedy, and guys will try to be funny,
Huh?
and I'm like, "Oh,
like,
you gotta
oh.
really be funny,"
Yeah.
you know. The bar has raised for humor.
For sure. What percentage of the population do you think is themselves?
Not a lot. I don't know. I haven't encountered a lot of people who are just themselves off the bat.
Yeah.
Here is, I'd say, the most people that I've met who seem very themselves.
Yeah. I like to think comics are themselves or like getting
Yeah.
better at being themselves.
I think it's
in
hard
the process. They're evolving.
to pretend to be someone else when you're telling your most embarrassing stuff on stage.
Yeah.
Like in thoughts. Like it's very hard to then
Yeah.
walk it back after someone's seen that.
I feel like it's hard to not be yourself to even get laughs because if you're
Yeah.
not yourself, the people can kind of sniff it out once if you're like on stage just exposed, just talking into a thing. If you're not yourself, it feels weird.
It does.
Unless you're like crazy narcissist and can kind of like do a character completely like Bert Kreischer can.
You really, they carried through.
That's a callback. There's structure to this show. No. But yeah, that's why I feel like comics can be like good friends and stuff.
Yeah.
If they're, because there's really nothing else common about any of the comics. Like everybody, I feel like that we know or whatever, very different. A lot of people are very different walks of life, ages, genders, everything. But they're just kind of vulnerable.
Yeah.
And don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's the best
can
though. Yeah.
For sure. Okay, so small percentage. What are there any like Greenville like stereotypes of like guys you've been out with where like
and everyone's an engineer.
Everyone's
and
an engineer.
And they want to tell me about engineering. And once again, I'm like, I'm going to have to pretend to be interested in engineering. Because nobody's out there like building robots. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're not like...
They're like working on one little part of it.
Yeah, it'd be different. If they were out there like, I'm building robot death machines, I'd be like, yes, let's talk about this, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But they're like, I work at Subaru and I... Or I don't know what the other companies are, but I did.
BMW.
I went out with a guy who worked at Subaru, and I'm not going to say his name because he could get in super big trouble for this. One of the first things he said to me on the date was, did you know that people can mail poop over the internet? And I was like, what? I didn't know that. Yeah. And then he said, I get a lot of annoying rich people who come to Subaru. And so whenever they irritate me, I don't send it, but I like to Google and see how much poop I can have delivered to their door. And like,
what did you say?
I thought it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah,
and I dated him for like a month.
Yo, you did?
Which, like, probably
Here?
I should be recognizing, like...
This is the Greenville guy?
This was when I was in Pickens.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I didn't know Subaru had people working for... Oh, maybe he worked at a dealership.
He did.
I don't know if they have like a headquarters here.
I don't... But
yeah, there's definitely Subaru dealerships.
But yeah, that was... I thought it was
Subaru is
funny.
known for their customer service. Who knew there was a guy that's sending poop to people?
Great customer service, but later on...
Like, he's like a latent school shooter that's just thinking about it. Like, maybe he's got like a poop manifesto at home in his diary, and he's like just working up the nerve. Kind
of a vigilante, though, the rich people who come in with attitude. And then a week later, they're like, why is there poop all over my front door?
I wonder if they flag it, if there's a way for FedEx to like discover if somebody's doing stuff like that.
I don't know.
Scan their
it's
packages?
Like super...
Or do you put it in a cooler with like dry ice or something? And, like,
I don't know.
Like, what is this? Oh.
I kind of wish I knew the logistics of mailing poop over the internet.
I didn't think we'd have two poop references in this Melly podcast. First one, planes.
Yeah, I'm a clean comic, so that's as far as I can go. It's poop, you know?
Poop is very funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I like asking about dates because like I wonder how, I don't know. I hear a lot of stuff about guys kind of talking about weird stuff.
Yeah.
Or just word vomiting or,
No, it's just weird. And it's terrible.
Do guys try to flex on dates? Do they talk about their accomplishments and stuff?
Yeah. Guys, what I've noticed, this is just a weird thing. Men, when they want to impress you, will attempt to climb things. They'll really, like, anywhere you are, they're in a tree all of a sudden. And I'm like, what? And they're like, do you want to climb the tree? And I'm like, no, I'm horribly clumsy. I will fall out of the tree and take you with me.
Uh-huh.
But they always, I don't know what that is. Have you done that to impress a girl, try to climb things?
When I was little. I just loved climbing trees when I was little. I was, my grandma had a tree in her front yard that was like, not an old tree, but it could hold the weight of like an elementary schooler. And I remember like once I got tall enough, I could grab the first branch. And as soon as I could grab the first branch, I could kind of shimmy up. And yeah. And my dad made us a tree house when we were little.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It was really cool. And my dad is like, really good designer and really good, but he's like bad at like delegating or like, he wasn't going to like have us help in the construction. He like had blueprints. He had like a mock model he made out of styrofoam that was like a prototype of the treehouse and like had all the dimensions, and like the foundation was 2 trees that were like next to each other, and then he like poured concrete and made like pillars to like be the stilts on the front, and then it was like construction worthy, like a house built like up high. And it was like, because he finished our basement, like he was and he built our second house. And yeah, that's
awesome.
Dude, my dad's prolific. He's really great. Really beautiful tree house, and there was a trap door, and then like kids from like a nearby neighborhood would like climb up and drink in there and vandalize. And then we moved. But I wish we could have seen that come to completion, but I don't know where that comes from, guys wanting to climb things, though. I had that urge definitely as a kid. I loved climbing stuff.
But, like, why as an adult are they still... That's my question.
Well, maybe the climbing should transition into a metaphorical climbing of a goal or something.
That's
maturity.
That would be great, right? Yeah, that's maturity.
Yeah. Now I just try to climb the tree of comedy.
Yes.
And work. And goals.
Yes.
That's what they say women like is goals.
It's true.
That's what the YouTube videos
women
I
like
watch
goals.
About. That's what when I watch YouTube videos. But what do women want? They want somebody driven, goal-minded. They want somebody going somewhere. They don't want you to be sitting on the couch playing video games.
That's true, though.
Yeah, you want a goal-minded man?
Yeah, well, I dated the video game gamer.
How is that?
He was a very nice person, I will say. Great person, just not right for each other. But, oh my God, the apartment smelled so bad.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, because all the gamer boys would come over.
It just smelled like...
Gamer boy,
like
which is terrible.
It
it's
smelled
terrible.
Like guy BO.
Yes, I would have to leave. I was like, guys, I can't hang out when you're all here.
Yeah.
But
what games would they be into?
Okay, so I'm just exposing myself because I only date nerds. He played competitive Magic the Gathering and also League of Legends online.
Okay.
So.
Well, is that like team-based?
Yeah.
MRPG?
Our
MR.
I don't know. I don't play video games.
Me neither. Yeah.
But they actually make me motion sick, so I can't play video games.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this is why I can't pretend to be interested in stuff anymore, because for 3 years I was like, yes, Magic the Gathering and League of Legends are fascinating.
Well, can you win money off of it?
You can if you're good.
Was your boyfriend good?
If he watches this, he's going to be like, what?
He wasn't even
good. I was so good. What are you talking about?
Yeah. That's why I can't get into video games, because I have a few friends. I guess I have a lot of friends that like video games, but whenever I'm like with that friend, okay, yeah, like my friend Matt Richards, shout out. He's not a comic, but he wants.
I like that he said his full name. My friend Matt Richards.
My friend Matt Richards. He's really into Pokemon cards too. He'll like buy like the new ones. Be like, dude, this is so rare. Like, check this out. Like, he'll show me all his Pokemon cards. I'm like, dude, I love this. You're 32 years old. You have a child. You're engaged. But you love your freaking Pokemon. But anyway, he likes video games, and there's like this new Star Wars Battlefront game, which is actually super cool to watch. But are you a Star Wars fan?
Oh, I do like Star Wars.
Okay, so picture this as a video game. Maybe you would be into
Star
this.
Wars Battlefront? I think I know that game.
You do? Well,
is it?
they like you play against each other. You're on like a team. You could be like the good guys or the bad guys, and you're playing online. So there'll be like on one team, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, the Emperor.
Yeah.
Maybe like a stormtrooper, and you all have different powers and abilities. And then the other side, there'll be like Han Solo, Luke, Leia, Yoda running around, and you're just trying to like kill. But they all have different stuff. So I was watching him at this at his house as he was playing, and he was doing really good. And then he went to the bathroom, and he's like, "Dude, just play for me for a second." And I was like, "Oh my!" I was just getting killed instantly. Yeah. I can't get into video games because everybody else is so much better than me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like it's too late to catch up at this point.
How am I gonna? Yeah, what am I gonna do? Like, there's a ceiling for me anyway. I'm not good at like the quick coordination stuff. Yeah, never.
Yeah, that's not what
Sports too. Never been that good or quick with stuff. Like, I played, but it was only because like I worked really hard and got serviceably okay. But the quick twitch, all the stuff with I'm not that interested. I'm not that interested in getting my ass kicked for sure either. So, because you weren't a video gamer growing up. What did you spend most of your time doing? Like playing, or reading, writing?
I read a lot and wrote. I always wrote goofy stories and
all the way like down, like elementary and.
Oh yeah, and always reading. Loved like, what was that called? Like the Percy Jackson series.
Yeah.
Loved that.
It was like
all
wizardry,
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Magic.
Anything with magic or like a good mystery. Like I love a good murder mystery.
Like the Hardy Boys.
Oh yeah, Nancy Drew.
Oh
my gosh, Boxcar Kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still love Nancy Drew. They have like a new show online, and I've seen like every episode.
There's a new Nancy Drew show online?
Yeah, but it's dark and like haunted. It's super good.
So, okay. Yeah, I actually really liked when they encouraged creativity, like in elementary. Like they'd have an assignment of like write a story.
Yeah.
2 pages, So I'd always write a story about Johnny. Johnny was my main guy.
Johnny. What was Johnny doing?
I don't know. He was a kid like me, basically, and he'd get into some adventures. Usually it wasn't that creative. Usually it was like, I like sports and all my friends like sports. So I was like, Johnny is playing a sport. Or like, Johnny is trying to make it in the NFL or some like.
I like that idea, though, with your like, Johnny, just a regular kid like
Johnny.
me.
Regular kid up to some shenanigans. Come check out what Johnny's up to this week. And then my friend Alec got mad because he's like, Johnny's my guy's name. And you even spelled him the same way. I was like, no, dude, I thought of Johnny first.
Just the most generic name. And you guys are like, no, Johnny's mine.
Well, he got specifically mad because I spelled it Jonny. And he's like, dude, nobody spells it like that. And I spelled my guy's name like that. And I was like, well, sorry, bro. Yeah. Alec Corsten.
Everybody's full name today.
Alec Corsten works at GE. He's very successful now. He's really smart. He also sucked his thumb until he was in 6th grade.
You got to throw that in when they're really successful.
Oh, it was so funny too. I sucked my thumb very late in life. Did you ever suck your thumb or?
No, my mom.
Did you ever have like a pacifier that you kept too long?
They took away my binky. They were like, "You're not going to be the kid that sucks their thumb."
Dude, your parents were good.
They were great. Although I did have to use a sippy cup for way too long.
Okay.
Because I would get distracted talking, and then I would just slowly pour it on myself. And honestly, sometimes, like I do that sometimes as an adult. Where I'm just by myself, and I'm really distracted holding a drink, and I'll forget, and then I'll just slowly pour it on myself.
So anyway.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh my God.
I spill drinks on myself a lot, just like a little bit, like. Because I won't drink a straw because I saw Crazy Stupid Love and Ryan Gosling says men don't use straws in that movie, and for that reason I never use a straw. If I get a drink at a bar, I'll take the straw out. But I also like to chew the ice because I have an oral fixation because I suck my thumb, and I'll like go too big of a sip to try and get an ice cube in my mouth out of the gate, and I'll spill, and I'll just be like, hope I'm not wearing white. This is super interesting.
I cannot wear white though, for real, because I also
you spill?
I spill, and I'm like, I try to be a cute eater, but I specifically do not go on like dinner dates because I try to be cute, but I'm so bad. I don't know what it is. I eat like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds. You know Revenge of the Nerds?
No.
Okay, let's do a more topical reference.
I know the movie.
I eat like a dwarf from the Lord of the Rings.
A dwarf?
Yeah, you know how in like every medieval movie they'll have that shot of that guy who's like nomming a turkey leg.
Is Gimli a dwarf?
Yeah, I eat like Gimli.
Gimli's the bearded guy, right?
See, you have to know more about Lord of the Rings.
Who's Gimli?
For this to
I was trying to
land.
show off. I was trying to.
Have you not seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I've seen it a lot.
But you don't know Gimli?
Which one is he?
He's the dwarf.
But is he the bearded guy, the big bearded guy who's like little?
So you've described a dwarf.
Well, he reminds me of
David.
Hagrid. There's a bearded guy.
Yes.
But he's short. He reminds me of
That's
Hagrid,
what a
but he's
dwarf
tiny.
is.
No, I know a dwarf is small. I'm just trying to.
How are you at like? Okay, he's not the tall blonde one, you know.
No, that's Aragorn.
No.
No,
The
Aragorn.
tall
Legolas.
blonde one.
Legolas is the blonde
You have
one.
not seen Lord of the Rings enough. Yes, Legolas the
is
elf.
the blonde. He's the elf.
Then the little
and he's got
short
the ear.
bearded guy is Gimli, the dwarf. Yes.
Okay.
Then the tall brown haired one is Aragorn.
Aragorn. Yeah, he swags.
And then there are the little hobbits,
If you had to date someone from Lord of the Rings, who would you pick?
Merry or Pippin, because they're the funniest. Like not close.
Really? You wouldn't go for the Legolas? The
No.
cool guy with the bow and arrow? That wouldn't impress you?
He doesn't. He's not. I'm
not funny
gonna
enough?
pick the goofy, funny one. It's like not. When I was a kid,
You think Frodo's hot?
I was in love with Frodo when I was little.
Really?
Like in love with so much that my mom told me she was like, Melly, he's gay. So like she told me she was like, he's gay, so he can't love you back. So you got to get over it.
Your mom is ruining your childhood.
But he's not gay. Like I went my whole life thinking like the actor himself too was, and I was like, it'll never work out.
Isn't that funny how those comments stick with you? What your
Yeah.
parents make in passing that aren't meant to be taken or applied universally?
But it was not true.
It wasn't true.
I thought like,
well, he
wait,
kind of acts gay in the thing. Like I don't think any of like the hobbits like get any, you know?
Sam does.
Sam does?
At the end, he marries that hot hobbit lady from the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Merry and Pippin don't though.
No.
They don't.
They're,
Frodo
they're gay together.
Goes off across the river with a bunch of dudes. So maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think him and Sam though in a modern recreation could end up together.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like a good bromance.
Oh yeah, that play well culturally. Yeah, do a little LGB action with the hobbits.
I like them as a duo.
Yeah.
You know?
Sam and Frodo, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cute.
They are cute and they're brave.
I'm such a nerd. I knew Lord of the Rings was gonna come up. I was like,
no. Well, Lord of the Rings. Oh man, that's another movie. I feel like a lot of these movies that I used to love, I go back and I'll watch some of them and then I'll be like, corny. Like the orcs, dude. I watched Lord of the Rings recently, and the orcs, like they were just like, I wasn't scared of them. They were just like, and they were like, what do you smell? And the guy was like, man flesh. And then I was like, okay, dude.
Okay,
Can we
first
make this a little scarier or like?
Okay, just David, just so you know, you're wrong.
What? What?
The orcs, they have like the greatest like villain theme song of all time.
Well, you know, when there's 1,000 of them, cool. But like, I'm talking about the close-ups with
like
I
the
could-
guy
like,
with
I
the
could
bow and
see your
arrow.
makeup, bro. Like,
That's the best though. The makeup makes it more real.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
I don't know. I just
Yeah, there are some epic scenes. My favorite scene. I think I might have mentioned this to you. We were talking maybe last week about. Maybe it wasn't you, but Return of the King. No. Two Towers. Two Towers.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite one of the three, actually. But they think they're gonna like. They think they're gonna like all die. I'm pretty sure, and they're just fighting for like whatever. And then they get reinforcements from Gandalf the White. He's at the top of the thing, and then it's just him. And then he has like that other army he brought from somewhere else. And there's that wide angle shot. I remember I saw it in IMAX, and they're just all coming down this big hill. And there's like playing this epic score behind it. And I was like, yeah.
No, that is
root for the good guys.
Like, that is a great scene.
Oh yeah. I like medieval warfare.
Oh, it's so cool.
I actually kind of want to go back and figure out like how many, like what battles were like fought between kingdoms with castles and stuff. Do you know history very well?
No, but like, gosh, fighting with castles must have been so much cooler.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's so boring now. I mean, it's sad, but it's like, You know, like
modern wars are boring.
I want to fight
Ukraine
with
is so boring, dude. We're
gonna get in so much trouble for this.
I feel like they should like bomb the Ukrainian people more,
David.
because like I haven't seen any like real bloodshed. You know, like I've seen bombs from like in buildings, but I want to see like I want to see bodies in the streets.
Oh my god. I don't
like 9/11 like was.
Oh my god.
Like
see, you're going way.
Like Russia should take notes from like the Taliban in terms of like showmanship.
Okay.
You know? Because like
we were thinking different things. You were like, let's go intense about modern day. I was like, can we just get rid
but
of the
okay, I
guns
get what
for
you're saying.
swords?
The castles. Oh yeah.
I want swords.
Right,
I want bows
swords,
and arrows.
Swords, you can see people like get stabbed.
It's not even about that. It's about like I want to, if I'm in a battle, I want to wear a suit of armor and have a bow and arrow and a sword and I want to feel magical.
For sure.
Because in all of those, like, even though it's olden times, there could be a dragon.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Did you like Chronicles of Narnia?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. I like that too. My parents liked that one better because it was Christian allegories. And that's cool. You're Jewish, but you still liked the obvious Christian references.
I mean, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was a kid, you know?
Yeah, Christian mythology actually is pretty universal. There's a lot of like, you know, whatever, like resurrection theme stuff. Like you think the guy's about to die and then he bounces back.
Yep.
Like that's just a literature type theme that's kind of common. But I was watching a movie last night, Master and Commander, Far Side of the World. It's a really good movie if you want to see. This one also aged well. I'm on a mission to like verify a lot of the old movies I used to watch. But this one stars Russell Crowe. It's on HBO right now. And yeah, I'm plugging all this crap.
She's like, people were already like making millions of dollars. You're like, but still go watch.
Yeah.
We need
check
to
out
make
my man
money.
Russell Crowe. We need to. Yeah.
That's plug the local scene. I need gas money.
Yeah. Yeah. If Putin hadn't invaded Ukraine, you know, gas would be a lot cheaper.
Call back.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. But I really love that movie. And I feel like you don't have to go that far to go to where like battles are like more magical. Because I view like ship battles as pretty magical.
Those are,
right?
Yeah.
So this story, you freaking love this movie because it's Russell Crowe he's the captain of a British warship in the late 1800s. And they were fighting Napoleon and the French. So they're like trying, and they like do it pretty accurately. Like they're trying to track down this ship, and then the ship kind of ambushes them, and they show like what the nautical life was like with all these dudes on the, that are on the crew, and there's like young kids on the crew and like older men, and it's just some epic scene. It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, except...
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, except it's like real historical stuff. And they go to the Galapagos Islands, and then they see, like, they're discovering the species for the first time. And
yeah, I'm going to have to watch that.
Yeah, dude. It's a good movie.
I have too many on my list, though, to watch.
Too many? What's your favorite movie of all time?
Dan in Real Life.
Oh, my gosh.
Have you seen it?
I love this movie.
No one ever knows this movie.
It is such a cute movie. And it's a very good love story. Oh, and it's a good comedy movie, too, because Dane Cook was in his heyday, and Dane Cook starred in that movie.
Yeah, well, and you got Steve Carell, like more closer to the start of his stuff.
Yeah. And he's like, I love her. I love her. I love it. And how could you know?
Yeah.
After 3 days.
My favorite line, though, is when the daughter gets dramatic and goes, "You are a murderer of love." Like, that's my favorite quote from any movie.
Yeah. She nailed that too.
She crushed it. Like no one could do it justice.
That is such a funny. Oh my gosh.
You gotta go watch that movie to plug
Dan
something
in real
else.
Life.
Dan in Real Life.
Steve Carell, a little love. Dane Cook's kind of on the back end of his career. Oh gosh, yeah. I love that movie. And I had a crush on Marie when I watched it. Or maybe I was younger when it first came out and I liked the daughter who said the murderer of love thing. That was really cute. But yeah, that's a fantastic movie. I like when the girl, the boy that like
Yeah.
sneaks up.
Yeah, when she brings her boyfriend
Yeah,
on
she
the
brings her
family
boyfriend
trip
on the
in
family
secret.
trip. Yeah, the setup of this movie, they go to like some small perfect town in New England where all
Always.
the extended. Yeah. I've always fantasized about like having a family getaway, like a house where like all the extended family can kind of get together. That's just a perfect little vibe. But yeah, the guy's boy or the boyfriend like lectures Steve Carell's character kind of, and he said,
Yeah.
and I'm more notice what he says, love isn't a feeling, it's an ability. Yeah. And then he steals it and says it to somebody else.
What do you think though about that? Is
I was going
love
to ask you that.
a feeling or an ability?
Both. I think it's definitely an ability. Because you got to like, take that leap.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I feel like when you, you got to choose it. You got to choose to do it. To like sacrifice what you want to do for somebody else. That's, yeah. And you got to like do, like it's like, I don't know. I'm working on this theory because like if I ever want to get in a relationship, I got to like do this. Working on it. But, yeah. Because it's definitely not a feeling because you don't feel like you love them like all the time. Like there's going to be times when your partner annoys you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you think?
No, I agree. I think it's like both where you'll feel it, but then you do have to choose it. And I like we said about like choosing to do it because it's definitely a lot easier to just, I don't know, like to not be vulnerable with people or like not kind of give up that control to love someone.
Yeah.
Because it's terrifying.
Yeah. If you love someone, you open yourself up to be hurt.
And that's like, ooh. Who?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. You ever been to therapy?
I went once, and I feel she solved it for me. She was too good at her job. No, I went once.
Solved it?
I'm telling you.
And how long was the session?
It was an hour.
1 hour. You solved all of your problems.
I did. She said to me, Melly, you don't have to feel like every little thing you do affects everyone in the world and like you're responsible for everyone else and their joy. And I said, I wouldn't have to be responsible for everybody else if they can handle their shit. But, yeah, I don't know. That's what she said.
So you, like, engraved that in your brain and never needed to talk through anything else?
I mean, I have stuff. I just write it down. My issue is, like, I feel like being a therapist is a red flag. Because, like, why you want to know everybody's business? Like, that is my personal private business, and you want to know it all and write it in your journal? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something concerning about that.
Yeah.
I think
why are you a therapist?
Yeah, my therapist needs a therapist, I think, is what I'm saying.
God complex much? You're trying to solve everybody's problems? Like, jeez. Therapists have to go to therapy, though, I think. Yeah, that's a requirement.
See, it's just
But
this
then
industry that's
just
I'll just talk to my mom, and she'll tell me, Melly, chill.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds like your parents. I'm like shitting on my parents indirectly by saying your parents were like
your parents sound great though.
They
with
are
the
amazing.
treehouse and the
treehouse and the
you even told me a lot
500.
else, but
yeah.
I don't know. They seem fun. You got a lot of.
I mean, they built a treehouse.
Family, yeah.
No, they're fantastic parents. I just, my therapist now is trying to like, there's like trauma apparently that like everybody kind of has.
See, but
because they're trying to sell me on that I had trauma. So I'm trying to think. I'm like, I don't really have much.
See, that's the thing is I think they're trying to get us because like they're always like, what did your parents do wrong? And I'm like,
they spanked me. That
now
belt,
you probably just have a weird.
Every time I see a belt now, I'm like, Dad, no. Just kidding. I mean, I did get spanked a little, but not bad.
See, but
did you ever get spanked or
only
paddled
once?
Or anything?
And it's because I'd shoved a pee up my nose really far, and my dad was trying to get it out, and I wouldn't let him. And he was like really worried about me with this pee up in my nose, and he was so stressed out. And that's the only time I've ever been spanked.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can't put a pee up. They like get to it'll be like being in your brain or something.
I shoved it real far up there.
What would happen though? Would it just like degrade in your nose? Like it's food.
I think they'd have to get it out. Like somebody would have to pull it out because if it got moldy, it would be a whole thing.
Yeah.
No,
It's green.
but
This is like a.
that's
How did they get it out? Do you have to blow your nose really hard?
they're medical, so like he knew how.
Oh
to
yeah, what do your parents do?
My mom is a nurse practitioner.
Okay, nice.
And my dad is the night manager of the hospital. He could do like a million different jobs there.
Nice.
He's like their go-to. Like if they need to get an IV put in one,
Okay.
he can do it.
Okay, nice.
That's what my mom always told me when she was giving birth to me.
Yeah.
She was like, David, because his name is David.
Yeah.
If they can't get that goddamn IV, you're putting it in. And he was so stressed out. He was like, he was like, please don't make me do it.
Yeah. Oh man, I bet he has some stories. Night shift at a hospital.
Oh my god, it's insane. One night, this was like one of my favorite stories he told me is they had a homeless man who would sleep in there sometimes, and they'd let him because he was a nice guy. And he was they knew him. It was a small town, so
He slept in the hospital.
Yeah, sometimes he'd just sleep in there for a bit at night.
Okay, nice.
And one night he walked in, and instead of going to sleep, he pulled out his pants and just started peeing everywhere, just like sprinklering across. And my dad came out and he was like, you can't pee if we're going to let you sleep in here. And the guy was like, I don't care. I'm done and just peeing. And like people are covering their children's eyes. Like it was just insane. Yeah. So then he couldn't sleep in there for a while because he peed everywhere. Yeah.
Oh man.
They also had a different time where a woman was giving birth. She looked out the window and outside was just a mountain lion snarling at her while she's trying to give birth. Like how terrifying would that be? It's like you're already experiencing the most pain of your life and there's a mountain lion just like licking its lips.
This is the hospital in Barmington?
This is in Silverton, Oregon. It's the small town I grew up in.
Oh,
Shout out Silverton.
What up, Silverton?
It wasn't on the map until I was in like middle school.
Nice. We'll put it on the map.
We got a Starbucks.
Oh, you got a Starbucks.
And a stoplight.
Tight, dude.
That was a big thing when we got the stoplight. Ooh.
Yeah?
Yeah. Everybody was a little mad, though. They were like, we like speeding through here.
The four-way stop, nobody.
Yep.
Yeah. Silverton. Shoot, where were we going with all that? I forgot.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I really like the Dan in Real Life as your favorite movie. I think I own it.
You do? Wait.
I don't know. I think it's over there in my DVD collection.
Yeah, I definitely own. I used to have the DVD, but now it's just on Amazon.
Yeah. I think Dan in Real Life was a DVD that I liked so much that it got scratched and like doesn't really play very good anymore. Yeah.
What's your favorite movie?
Whiplash.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
You like
Whiplash? My
Whiplash?
God.
Do you relate to it?
It?
Did you have any like crazy teachers that were really hard on you?
No, I had teachers who were hard on me, but not. I don't relate to Whiplash. I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah?
100%. Yeah, and I think I've told this variation on the show before, but yeah, man, I had maybe multiple people, but the main guy that stood out to me was my college football coach. And in hindsight, he was definitely psychotic. Like, he cared way too much. Like, it's D2 football, dude. Come on. Like, D2 football, it's college, but it's kind of like high school in terms of like the amount of people that come out. I mean, it's still cool and stuff, but like, it's not worth like, making the person think that they're like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Cause like, as college students, you're like scared, you're just trying to do your best.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Like they have a lot of power over you. And like, yeah, he'd be big on like the mind games and like, one time he yelled at me at halftime of a game and said, I don't know. He like yelled at the whole group of us linebackers and said, and you, they're running the ball on us and it's your fucking fault. If they get one first down in the second half, I'm pulling you. And he yelled it so loud. He took us around the corner, like where the locker room is. It was like this brick building where he's like, you guys come around here because the rest of the team doesn't need to hear this. But they still heard all of it. And then the rest of my career there, all of my friends would be like, Dave, just remember, it's your fucking fault.
Oh, my gosh.
That fucking guy.
Yeah, that's too intense.
Yeah. Yeah. And they did get a first down. I did get pulled. Yeah.
You don't get one first down. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's football. Like
yeah, dude. Melly knows football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Francisco 49ers.
San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
I hate you guys.
What? I don't hate the Packers.
Because you beat us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the teams. Yeah. Yeah. Did you guys win today?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I was at work.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I hate you guys because you've beaten us in the playoffs multiple times. Like, you guys are a really tough team. Like, do you know what I mean by that? I don't know.
Yeah, the Niners will get you.
Well,
They will.
I don't know how deep I want to go on this, but they just hit really hard. They're like really tough, imposing defense, and they usually have like a running back, like Frank Gore or something, who played for them forever.
Yeah. We lost all the best players at once.
Yeah.
Like him, we had Crabtree. He was like my favorite.
Yeah.
And
I didn't like Crabtree. He got some big gains on us.
yeah, that's why he was great.
Yeah. I feel like the Packers are a little bit more like finesse sometimes, and then like teams will just run down the field on us, and we'll be like, "Oh, sorry." Like, we just left that whole space wide open in the secondary.
Yeah, they got good plays though, I think, on the Packers. Like a lot of
Well, yeah, Aaron
know,
Rodgers
it's, like,
is great.
Yeah.
I mean, but he's like real fancy, and he'll like run around and finesse stuff, but he's getting old. And when it comes to those like December games or January games against the 49ers at Lambeau, like, we're supposed to be the good team playing in the cold, but yeah,
no,
you guys
you're
have
gonna
our number.
lose and cry.
Yeah. I have cried over the Packers.
I've cried over the Niners.
You have?
Yeah.
When did you cry?
There was two occasions. One, it was like the playoffs for the Super Bowl, and my whole family was watching, and we lost to, I think it was the New York Giants. And I was like,
Well, they're both in the NFC, so you might have they might have been a playoff game.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Super Bowl.
No, it was a playoff.
Oh, playoffs.
I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it must have been.
But oh god, I cried. And then another one was when we lost in the Super Bowl. Who were we playing? I think it was when we played the
Ravens.
Well, no, not that. It was
I think because Jim Harbaugh was coaching the 49ers for a little while.
It was him and his brother.
Yeah.
That was a cool game. No, but it was when we lost to the freaking Patriots, wasn't it, in the Super Bowl?
Maybe.
I think we did.
Yeah.
But I freaking hate the Patriots.
Yeah, I know.
Patriots can suck it.
Yeah.
My sister's dad loves the Patriots. Brian, the Patriots can suck it.
Yeah. I cried when the Packers lost to the Seahawks.
Ugh, the
in 2000.
Seahawks.
I hate the Seahawks.
They're terrible.
I hate them so much. You guys play them a lot because you're in the same.
Yeah. No, I lived in
division.
Washington as a 49ers fan.
Yeah.
And people were.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the Seahawks game that I cried over. The Packers were up 19-6 with 5 minutes left. We're up 19-6. Go to the Super Bowl, and the Seahawks did a fake field goal and threw a touchdown. And then I was like, oh, crap. Now it's 19-13. So or something like that. And then we had an onside kick to recover. And all we had to do, there was like not that much time left. All we had to do, they didn't have timeouts left. All Brendan Bostic had to do was go up and catch the ball. Or he could have just like not done anything. He could have just ran, and Jordy Nelson was standing there waiting just to catch the ball. And if he had caught that ball, we would have gone to the Super Bowl and then played Tom Brady and hopefully won. But we might have gotten beat anyway. But
somebody needs to really beat Tom Brady in the because
I don't
too
like
many
Tom Brady.
wins.
I don't like Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't express any real vulnerability either. Supermodel wife, perfect everything, 6 Super Bowls.
God, he's got to have something wrong.
Yeah. Tom Brady's like a pedophile or something. Did you see when he kissed his son?
I did. Oh my gosh.
On the mouth.
It reminds me of that.
For like 3 seconds.
But you know that Saturday Night Live sketch with the Makeout family with Fred Armisen where everybody makes out with each other? That's what I thought about. I was like, are they that family?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope not.
Yeah, he's doing something. So you're still into football. What made you a 49ers fan? Are either your parents from there?
My mom's from San Francisco.
Okay.
And then my dad was a Bears fan.
Bears.
Dad Bears.
And
my mom was like, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
So now, and he's still a 49ers fan.
Okay.
Because that's required.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, listen, our kid can be Jewish. That's fine. But you got to be a Niner fan.
So you're Jewish because of your father's side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although we also found out my mom's side was secret Jewish.
Secret Jewish.
Yeah, because they did one of those like ancestry whatever tests. And there was Jewish, and my mom asked my grandma, and my grandma said, "No, we're Jewish. We were just told not to tell anybody." And I was like, "What? Like, what's going on?"
Well, World War II was going on. Is that why?
Yeah, so like they told everybody we were Irish, but really it was, if you look at the pictures, it really looks like a very blonde German man fell in love with a Jewish lady, and they pretended they were Irish.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's a sweet story.
Yeah, quite a love story.
Quite a love story. A little Romeo and Juliet situation.
But in my whole life, I'm making Irish jokes, and now I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Am I going to get in trouble? I thought I was Irish for 21 years.
It's nice. You got like you got the big ones covered. You can make Catholic jokes, Jewish jokes. Yeah. You have joke immunity.
Well, from that.
You wouldn't make any edgy jokes.
No, I would not. I have a few, but the
edgiest thing is the Bridgerton thing, I think.
Yeah. I have an edgy one.
What's the edgy one? You don't have to like tell it, but what's it about?
It's a Jewish joke. It's one of my favorites. It's people now are a little too gung ho to play Spot the Jew. Right? Because when Jewish people play it, it's like a fun Where's Waldo? You know, of like, oh my gosh, there you are. Do you want to bond? Or using comedy to cover up our negative emotions? But when other people play it, we did that. It's called 1940s Germany. And it was not a fun game.
Spot the Jew.
Yeah. But I always thought it would be funny, like Spot the Jew's like, where's Waldo? Because it kind of is, because you're like, where is he? We got to get him. You know, that's like all of Jewish history is like, where are they? We got to get him.
Oh my God.
But they didn't, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're real fast. So they could not catch us.
Yeah.
It's like all of history. I'm shocked we don't have more Jewish like Olympians in the running.
Yeah.
But I think it's because like they...
What sports are Jewish folks known for being?
None. Do we have sports? I don't know. No, there have actually been some like pretty good Jewish basketball players.
Okay.
Which I found out about recently, but
I gotcha.
I don't know.
Yeah, Jewish people dominate the comedian game, I feel like. A lot of great Jewish comedians. Because of trauma, probably.
I think it's the historical trauma.
Yeah.
Also, like, I don't know. I feel like a good joke could distract somebody quick enough for you to get away.
Absolutely. Oh, the Cowboys just won. We have this game on.
Watching I've been
paying attention this whole time to this conversation.
The Cowboys. But both of these teams, what is it? Cincinnati.
Cowboys and Cincinnati.
Are they the Bengals?
The Bengals.
The Bengals and the Cowboys. Like, who's watching this game?
I don't know. Cowboys fans.
No one is watching this
and
game.
Ohio people. Yeah, Mike McCarthy's the coach of the Dallas Cowboys now. He was the Packers coach a while.
Oh.
He was a big, I don't know. People who don't like him say he's just this big white slob who's bad with clock management, too risk averse. Not exactly a sexy pick for a coach.
No, none of the coaches are sexy.
No, some of them are.
Are they?
Yeah. You didn't think Jim Harbaugh was hot? No. He's a dork.
They all chew gum out there. That's my thing. It's like,
You don't like gum chewers? No? Is that a pet peeve?
I can't. Yeah.
What are your other pet peeves with guys?
Let me think about it. Because I know there are some. It's just off the top of my head.
No bed frame.
That's so
gum
common, though, that
chewers.
it can't be like an immediate no. You know, it's like if I didn't date any man who didn't have a bed frame, that would be most men.
Right.
Like I wouldn't date, which I'm not dating, so I guess.
Yeah.
But pet peeves with guys. I'm trying to think. I know there are some. You're not perfect, men. Just so you know.
Well, yeah, we kind of talked about bad date stuff, like engineers. You don't like engineers.
No, it's not that I don't like them. It's just everyone is one.
Yeah.
God, I'm blanking. Normally in my day, there are things. I said so many things the other day about men that I was frustrated with. I don't know. Do you have pet peeves like on dates with girls?
Yeah. I don't like girls that like sleep with a ton of guys.
Okay, yeah,
No, I'm
let's
just
see where
kidding.
you're gonna go with this. Let's see,
No, I'm
David.
kidding. I don't like girls that sleep with other guys while we're dating.
That's pretty not cool. I think that would be a big pet peeve for
I'm
anybody.
just
I don't
kidding.
like that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's why I said it. It's supposed to be a little
Yeah,
jokerino.
no. Jokerino.
Little
for
joke
sure.
there. No, I like all kinds of girls. Like, I don't care, I don't like have a type like you have to be into something. Just like if you're like, I want a girl that's like passionate about something, and just like good to talk to and fun, and like, yeah, positive.
Yeah.
I
that's
feel
a
like
big
negativity
thing.
is a big pet peeve. Like, if you're a bummer, dude, come on.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Just be happy.
Just be happy.
No, but what you were saying about having a passion, like I feel like that's important. Like I can't when I'm on a date or like out with someone and they got nothing.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Do a lot of guys have nothing?
I did have it once. I was out with a guy who had. I would ask him like, "Are you interested in movies?" And he wasn't being mean. He just he would just say no because he literally didn't have interests in things. Like he just didn't. He was a very nice person.
What did he do with
He-
his time? What did
He
just go home and
worked
stare at
on
the
a
wall?
construction site
Uh-huh.
and he liked horror movies.
Okay. You got something.
He had two. That was all I found out the whole day was he had two things. And I was like,
That's kind of scary. Like, he's around power tools and he likes...
I didn't think about that, honestly.
Yeah.
'Cause he was really
He
hot.
likes Texas Hold'em. Oh, he was hot?
He was. So it was like, okay, for a bit. But I can't actually like...
Let me ask you this. If there's a hot guy, how long can the looks carry him in terms of attraction?
So-
if minus other attributes.
For me,
A date?
it actually... Like one date.
One day.
Maybe.
Yeah, because a
Because-
2-hour conversation, it'll come out that he's not anything.
Well, and I just can't like I have to like someone's personality. Like if
Yeah.
I'm even going to kiss them.
Yeah.
Like I have. So it's like I can't do the where people will sleep around with different people.
Yeah.
I can't because if I am, I like their personality,
Right.
which
Well,
is
that's kind of what I meant.
frustrating.
The sleeping around too much, I guess, casually.
It would be
but
so much easier
although-
though. Like I would prefer that, but I'm just not. Like I have
Yeah.
tried to, and I'm not.
Yeah. Well, it's hard because you're kissing. Like, if you don't like the person, what are you even doing? Kissing's
Yeah.
weird if you don't like
It's
the person.
weird. Even if
Yeah.
they're super hot, like they're not hot though. If
Yeah.
when they talk, you're like, you know,
Yee.
then it's like they're not really.
Yeah, for sure. I used to I have a lot of drunken makeouts. That was a big because I was gonna wait till marriage for sex, so I all drunken makeout was all I could really do. So and that's easier, Like, you don't think of kissing as weird, but like since getting sober the last 2 years, when I'm kissing, I'm like, dude, it's kind of weird. I'm like, well, it's happening. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna think about I really like you when I do this.
Okay, are you just a bad kisser? That's what it sounds.
No,
like
I am a
from-
great kisser. I am fantastic. I think I'm good because that's all I could do. So I practice. So
You practice.
I'm bad at sex, but I'm good at kissing. So, but come on, it's like probably good build up, and then like, oh, shit. I thought this was gonna be so much better. This is really misleading.
Ladies, go out with David Bakker.
Teach me some stuff. I'm humble. No, I'm not at all. Fuck. I'm open to feedback. Actually, no, I'm not.
You said in your bit you're not.
I have
you
the
were
exact
like,
opposite, but I don't want to know. Unless it's good, then tell me. If it's not,
At least you're honest,
if
know.
it's not good.
If it's not good, don't tell me. I don't want to get better.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, let's just stumble along in the dark. That's fine. Oh shit.
What?
Well, it's been 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. I gotta, because the Packers are playing in a little bit. I gotta.
Yeah,
yeah.
your game.
Yeah, I got my new T-shirt.
Ooh,
Do you like this t-shirt?
snazzy. Yeah.
So it's white. And
So
it's as white as it's going to be because this is the first time I'm wearing it. So
so you spill something on it immediately, probably.
Yeah. I'll watch this 2-point conversion. The Cardinals are down 2. Time expired.
Okay, you reminded me of a man.
They got it.
Pet peeve.
They got it.
I got one now. I got one.
The Cardinals and the Raiders are tied.
Yes.
End of regulation. We're going to overtime.
Yep, it's exciting.
It's really interesting for the people who are maybe listening
you
to
gave
this.
me one immediately. You
What's
reminded
that?
me. Men who get like really distracted, like a golden retriever.
Yeah.
But you know, it's that thing where you're talking and then they're like, "Oh my God, the Cardinals just scored." No, I'm just messing with you.
Yeah. No, I
Um,
definitely have
I
that.
tried to bring it back around so it wasn't just football.
Right. That's what
Didn't
we
land like I
do.
thought.
Keeping
It
it
didn't.
all together. Yeah.
Gotta end on something better than that.
We do. So, what's your biggest regret in life?
My biggest regret?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that
I used
would.
to always ask that. Like, that was the original format of this show was like a 40-minute interview or something. And it asks about best piece of advice you've ever received, biggest regret, and then comedy stuff.
Okay. Biggest. I don't know that I have. I wouldn't change anything.
I like
there are
that.
things that happened that were unpleasant,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't change it because I'm very happy. Like now, like where I am.
God bless the broken bro. Let
Oh
me
yeah,
straight
Rascal
again.
Flats, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my gosh,
I hate
But
country
no.
and Rascal Flatts.
I love Rascal Flats.
You
I
do?
do.
Okay.
I grew up in a small grass farmer town. Okay.
Grew up in a
We
small
had country
town.
music. Mm-hmm.
No stoplight.
This is true. That could be a country song, though.
Hospital where we gave birth and mountain lions were outside.
It's true, because it's always just like a list of things where they are.
Yeah.
My truck,
My truck.
blue jeans.
Hey, I got a truck and blue jeans. I'm gonna buy 80 copies of this thing and make it way more famous than it should be.
Yeah. But
Okay.
no, so
no regrets.
I wouldn't change it.
There's got to be one thing that like
There's
you wish
one
you would have
thing,
done.
but it's mean, so I'm not gonna say it.
What? It's mean.
It's about it because it's a person thing. There is only one person I would not sleep with,
Oh.
and it's back in Washington.
Okay.
And there's one person I would go back and not
Okay.
if I could not.
Yeah.
But that's not like a fun one, you know?
No.
No, it's not.
No, that's not fun.
It's not fun.
I should think of one.
Yeah. What's your biggest regret?
I don't know. I mean, there was a play that I could have gone out for in high school, and my friends encouraged me to try, and I was after school walking around the hallway. I could have gone to weightlifting to just train for it was an off season. I didn't have to be in the weight room. And I was wandering around the hallways, and I found where the resource room was where they were starting. And I looked in there, and I almost went in, but I didn't.
You almost High School Musical.
I almost, but I was too much of a pussy to do it.
I get, though, more what you're saying about regrets.
Yeah.
It can be little things like that.
Yeah. And I also regret any time I've ever seen a beautiful girl that I thought maybe, and not going up to her.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I gotta get over that one.
Okay.
Right? You gotta go. Yeah. I almost felt like last night because we were out at the bar with some friends, and we should make a game of it.
Going to talk?
Yeah, you find you or Alexis or whoever we're out with. We'd pick out a person, and you have to go up and say something.
Yes, we should do it, because then it's fun and goofy. Because I do regret, now that you mention that, I was trapped on a train for 16 hours. Because we got stopped by the police. So we were just on this train for 16 hours. There was a really cute guy.
Wait, you were stopped on a train by the police?
We hit somebody. So that's less fun.
You hit somebody?
The train hit someone. We were stopped for 16 hours.
Jeez.
It's very dark at the start.
Okay.
But I'm on the train not thinking about that. There was a really cute guy sitting across the aisle. And I was like, oh, we're going to be stuck here for a while. I can talk to him. And I never talked to him because I was too nervous. Yeah. And I was like, if it goes bad, I'm going to be stuck on this train with him. If I'm awkward.
Yeah.
Because he's just going to be across the aisle.
Yeah.
Because it's assigned seats, right? So I was like, this has got to be good. And then I didn't say anything. I thought that would be the best option.
So there was no seat next to him you could have like plopped down in?
No, I could have.
You could have.
But
Oh, you did? Okay.
But I couldn't do it.
Was there a seat across from him? Like you could have been facing him?
I could have done that too. But I just,
Mm-hmm.
I psych myself out. I do.
Yeah, me too. 100%.
Because
you need like an in. You need like something to happen. Like maybe he like spilled something. You'd be like, oh!
Mm-hmm.
Or like maybe dropped a book and you're like, oh, like Nancy Drew. I love Nancy Drew. Or something.
Yeah.
Like you need like a little icebreaker.
That's the thing is I try that sometimes where I'll be like, I'll do something.
Yeah.
And then, but nobody else. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You almost have to like make eye contact with them.
No, you have to have that energy.
And
I've channeled that twice in my life. I'll
What
never forget where you
energy?
have the energy of like confidence
being
you look at
approachable?
someone and then they come over.
Yeah.
It's happened twice and I'll never forget. It only happens immediately after I get off stage and it went well.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, dude. I'm
like
invincible
that,
if we
right?
Yeah, if you have a good set.
Yeah.
Oh, I fal like I'm so happy.
Mhm.
And then I lose it pretty quick, but
I have to do something goofy immediately.
yeah, just like yeah. I remember at Society, I think I mentioned this last night, but I didn't tell the whole thing. I was sitting, you know, how there's that kind of L-shaped bar.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the far end, and this was on like a weeknight. I just went out to get some food, and I was just eating my sandwich, and then I thought there was like this group of girls, and like there was 4 of them. 3 of them left, and then there was just 1 girl left, and I was like, oh, well. And she was kind of looking around, and I thought they'd all left permanently, and I was like, oh, she might, you know, need somebody to talk to. And like I was like in my head, I was like, this is just practice because like I'm actually, you know, I'm not super attracted to her, but like, you know, just somebody fun to talk to. And I was like, this is no big deal. And then I walked over and I said, hey, like, is anybody sitting with you? And she's like, oh yeah, they're coming right back. And I was like, oh, I just thought maybe yeah, if you need somebody to talk. And I like bailed on it pretty quick, just like I just did. And then I came back and said, and there's this guy next to me on like a business trip. He's like, ouch. I was like, dude, I was just
when
trying
you
to be
get the
nice.
ouch.
I was trying to be nice. He's like, yeah, it was a good attempt. And I was like, no, it wasn't. I was like, God, it's brutal.
It's tough though. I can't, and I like, you know, as you know, multiple genders of human. But I'm terrible at flirting with men. I don't know how to flirt with women because I can't tell if they say, like, you know how girls will be like, cute pants. I don't know if they mean it in like,
Yeah.
I can't tell. And
Yeah.
I'm so bad. It's like I won't approach. I won't even say hi.
Yeah.
I'll just,
Yeah. Are girls scarier than guys?
It's not scary. I just don't know how to flirt.
Yeah.
You know, because you grow up your whole life and you're like, this is how to flirt with guys.
Yeah.
And I don't
How do you
even-
flirt with guys?
That's what I'm saying. I don't
still
even
don't
have that. I don't.
I still don't know.
Yeah. So like, I can't.
No, I think flirting is like giving them shit playfully. But
Oh.
there's a fine line.
If
That's how
what
guys are
flirting
supposed.
is,
That's how guys are supposed to
a
flirt.
lot of people think I'm flirting with them because I make fun of a lot of.
You're bad at comedy. Oh my God, she loves me.
Oh.
Yeah, you're.
I hope that's not. Yeah, misleading a lot of people. Oops.
She's like super into me. She's trashing me. Well, I don't feel like I've ever heard you trash people much at all. You seem very nice.
You should drive up with me and Alexis to Asheville.
Yeah, see a lot of
No,
cyclists on the
I
road.
don't-
Look at this
Yeah.
douchebag.
Don't wear the shorts. I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm. Well, you've been booked on some shows recently. Congratulations
Yes,
already.
thank
Only
you.
a couple of months. I think this might come out before October. Don't you have a show like October
2nd at the
Yeah.
Radio Room.
Yeah.
That should be fun. I'm doing 5 to 7 minutes,
Hell yeah.
but I'm gonna try to be so funny. It gets 7. You know.
Good 7.
I think it's 5.
You got way more
and
than
this-
7 minutes. You could just.
Oh yeah.
You could pack in the heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be great. And that's a Stonegrown show, right?
Yes.
So I think Craig will be on that show, isn't he?
Craig Holcomb.
Mhm.
Yes, he will be on that show, and
Yeah. Radio Room. Good
I'm
mic.
excited. It is. I like that mic.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pumped for the show. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So come see Melly at the
Yes,
Radio
come
Room.
to the Radio Room on October 2nd.
And also Instagram. Follow your
Mm-hmm.
Melly, what is your...
Melly Kazel Comedy on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. I do a lot of goofy sketches where
Yeah.
I play goofy characters.
She does, and they're hilarious. She's so committed to these characters. Actually, before we like sign off and stuff, can you tell us about the Bad Chattler?
Yes, so the final episode is coming out next week of this series called The Bad Chattler. It's essentially The Bachelor, but with Chad. And it goes through all the like stereotypical reality TV girls and Chad, and they like see who he's gonna fall in love with.
Can you do the blonde girl? Like,
yes, I have this character. Her name is Bree, and she sounds like that. Yeah, and she's like very high pitched, so no one takes her seriously, but she's actually a secret genius. I love that's one of my favorite.
dude, I like that
voices.
character. I actually think she's like cute.
I love her.
Like the verge, like yeah.
Oh yeah. No, she's my favorite.
Like, oh my god.
She always like I've adapted this thing where she'll be like talking and then she has to end it dramatically like, oh my god, what? Like, I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all my characters are a little bit of me.
Yeah.
So what part of her is me? That's the question.
Yeah.
It's the voice. That's my real voice.
That's your real voice. Yeah.
Oh my god, I've never let it out before.
Dude, I think I
can finally be
like
myself.
girls like that. Oh my god, that's bad. It's like a caricature.
You're Chad. There we go.
How does Chad talk?
So, my name's Chad. No, he talks like this, and he's like very into everything, but he hides all of his emotions behind his mustache. His terrible mistake of a mustache.
Yeah. And then you have the host, which is just
The host is she's just an announcer.
Just you.
Just me. And then Wacky Jackie.
Wacky Jackie.
She's cool. She's
Yeah.
crazy. She got the crazy eye.
How many episodes of this did you make?
I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to figure out who got eliminated. And I'm not going to spoil it, so you got to go watch. They're gonna be 5/6. There's a bonus.
And how long is each episode?
They vary drastically.
Okay.
Depending on the content.
Like 5 minutes to like.
Yeah. Like one of them was 7 minutes. Another one was like 4 minutes. It just depends.
I mean, that's not a huge. I mean, 4 to 7 minutes. These are like. Yeah.
But
to watch this show, it's not a huge time
Yes.
commitment. It's awesome.
It's super fun.
It's very like spot on. Like I don't even watch a lot of dating shows, but like you nailed the stereotype.
Thank you. I had to watch a whole season of The
And it's
Bachelor.
got good production value. Like you got the
Thank
green
you.
screen, you got costumes.
Well, I don't have money to be on location, so
Yeah.
the green screen. But the costumes are fun.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my real clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Very
I don't know
fun.
if that's good or a bad thing.
So the
but
finale's coming out soon?
next week, the finale.
Next
It's
week. The episode will probably be out
Yeah.
after that. But
next
by
Friday.
the time you hear this, you'll be able to
Oh,
watch
yes.
all of season 1
All
of
of
The Bad
Yeah.
Chattler.
And then I was hanging out with someone, and they said you should do season 2, and it should be called The Bradchiller.
The Brad
The
Schiller.
Bradchiller, so like a different stereotypical guy.
Brilliant.
And I'm ready. So next year there's going to be at season 2.
Brad. Yeah. Would
Called-
you ever cast other people in the show?
Yes.
You would.
I'm trying to work
I would
on
like to
sketches
audition.
with people.
I would like to audition.
You may.
I want
You're
to be,
welcome
I want
to
to
be.
Brad or something.
You want to be Brad?
No.
I think you could play Brad.
I don't know. That's a little bit of a big commitment. Maybe just like an extra or like.
No, I'm working on some sketches I want people to be in.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
mhm.
We've been talking about that forever. Then the fact that you already have like a concept and a
I have 2
script
fully
format.
edited. I've been working with Rory O'Connor.
Oh,
a local
Rory
comedian.
Swags, dude! Shout out,
Um,
also podcast guest, dude. Rory's killer, man.
Yeah, but no, we've been working on stuff, and
He's very charismatic, and he could do a character really well. I bet.
yeah. Well, also like, he's been very honest when like it's not funny when I write, because I wrote him out and then gave him to him to edit, and he like opened with like, okay, so I like this part, but this other part not funny, and I need that. Like it's helpful in the writing.
I feel like you need it with script writing because you don't have any feedback. Like you just
Yeah.
start writing something that's like, yeah, script writing's hard. All right. Anything else to shout out?
That's what I really got going on.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yes, Melly Kazel Comedy, also on YouTube, but it's the same.
Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
Not on
no, I
Twitter?
enjoy being happy.
Yeah. And do you have a Facebook page?
I do. I don't post a lot.
Okay.
But it's all Melly Kazel comedy.
Melly Kazel comedy.
Kept it simple.
Keeping it easy. All right. Well, cool. This wasn't that bad, right? Yeah,
No, this was fun.
Yeah.
I was nervous,
Yeah.
but
It's
this
pretty
was
chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, check out Melly. She's at every mic. So you can see her Asheville or
Yes.
Greenville or
Yeah.
on Instagram.
All right.
All right. Thanks so much. Thanks for
Thank
listening,
you.
guys. See you next time.